The city of Kamloops is the second largest in the BC interior, 90,000 at the junction of the North and South Thompson Rivers. Playoff permutations aplenty as the round robin wraps up in Kamloops. Team Canada clinched top spot in Pool A. However, behind them, it's a logjam. Count them up, 5 teams with a chance to continue this weekend. Quebec, Nova Scotia, wildcard Laws, BC, Alberta, they're all in action tonight. And when the dust settles, who will get through? Draw 18, the Scotties on TSN. So here we go. Welcome to the Sandman Arena. What started last Friday night winds up tonight. The final round robin draw in our featured game. All the games from Pool A, BC against Alberta. So Pool B wound up this afternoon. It's been really a terrific week for the team from Yellowknife, skipped by Carrie Galusha. Joanne Rizzo throwing the 4 stones. Remember now, they had to talk Rizzo out of retirement to come back, throw the stone one more year. And she threw it wonderfully well, 78%, as they pick up a win earlier today against Yukon to finish with a 4-4 record and out of the playoffs. Newfoundland and Labrador played very well. Holman is a winner, and so is Jones, 8-5 over Kelly, as the pool was really decided earlier in the day. So we know now in Pool B, McCarville is number 1 by virtue of that first draw win over Jones. Holman will finish 3rd. But what's going to happen Pool A? Well, we know Team Canada, they are through. To avoid tiebreakers tonight, we need a win by Quebec and a win by PEI over wildcard Laws. And on this Thursday night, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Kamloops and our continuing coverage of the Scotties. Joe's here. Russ alongside Kathy will be with us in a moment. So we've got 2 teams that came in with very aggressive reputations, and BC has tried to maintain that.
They have, Vic, and Grandy has made 5 or 6 highlight reel shots per game when they win. The problem is they've committed to this aggressive style. Her team is going to have to back her up tonight if they want to be playing tomorrow. By
comparison, the Alberta team, Skrlik, came in aggressive, lost their first 2, dial it back, and they've gone 4-1 since.
And that's the right recipe for sure. They look so good, and you look back, in fact, you're maybe 2-3 arguably shots away from being undefeated. 3 up in their first game, let it get it away, and the other 2 losses, one of them was to Anderson just this morning, were tied coming home. They could be undefeated.
So we're going to wind it all up tonight. We know Pool B. What's going to happen in Pool A? We're about to find out. Brittany Tran, what do you got? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Touched them all and gets them all.
And Ashton Saber's sister. Carve it over. Got to hold the shooter, and she does. Lovely shot for 2.
Down by a couple, in trouble deep. Hold that break. Now can you just touch this up? Touch it right up. Oh, you got the pinhole shot. Rock BC.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware. Here's how. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
So let's take a look at all the games on the ice as we wind up Pool A. There's our feature on Sheet A. Sheet B, Carrie Anderson, 3-time defending champion, tries to go undefeated in round robin. It would take an upset of Burt beating Laws to eliminate Laws and Black and Saint-Georges. A win by Saint-Georges to go to 6-2 would give her 2nd place. The key there is you want to stay at 3 losses. Let's meet the teams now, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. The BC champions, they hail from the Vancouver Curling Club, skipped by Clancy Grandy and blacked up by Sarah Logan, Lindsay Dubé, and Kayla McMillan. the Alberta champions. They're from the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary. 25-year-old Kayla Skrlik is the skip with her sister at lead. Jerry Lynn Ramsey and Brittany Tran second and third. And early advantage to BC, so we'll see how aggressive they are with it. They won the draw to the button and easily. They used the yardsticks for it. It wasn't close. 250 centimeters difference. So maybe a little bit of nerves being shown by this young Alberta team. And to get us underway, playing the Yellowstones, this is the Alberta lead, Ashton Skrlik.
We rarely talk about the draw of the button and how simple it is to just throw it that fraction light to give it to your brushers. It gets off the beaten down path, the warmed up area, and you look like, you know, you're 7 feet short.
Yeah, that one line gets up to full speed. Everyone throws in it, and then if the person throwing the real thing doesn't quite hit that line, it's big, big trouble.
But both teams, you know, I said to them when talking to the two skips prior to the game, that old adage, right? If someone said to you before the event, you get to play on Thursday with it all in your control, would you take it? Of course they would. And it is. Both of them now have to make the most of it. You win, you're in. You lose, you go to 4, and that's out.
Yep. Get it tight. A little bit deeper if you can. A little bit deeper if you can. Yep. Good. Good.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we will start with Alberta.
Well, force the issue to begin with. There's a fine line when they switch their strategy a little bit to being too defensive and forcing the issue. All they have to do here is play their game. They've got all the shots. The skipper can draw, and if you can draw, you can win. Kayla Skrlik's the #1 skip on the draw percentage. That's in some pretty good draw skips in this field. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Tight. Line's okay. Here it goes. Brittany. I think we're really tight right now. I don't want to go.
5-1.
Something like really on it.
All right, the keys now for BC and Clancy Grandy.
The team really needs to give their skip a chance. You have to be able to throw those highlight reel shots as a skip, but you can't be expected to do it half a dozen times a game. So the team needs to show up and make sure that Clancy isn't looking at anything too complicated. And they also need to use their brooms. Their draws were there on their own, not using their sweepers, if anything heavy. If the players can lock in the top house weight, use that sweeping to create that margin for error, they'll get the rocks in good position and leave Clancy with a shot.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties.
Okay. Good, Sarah.
And right down to it, they cover the pinhole.
14 was hers.
So clicking up a bit, 4 1/4. Probably has a bad rock.
Yeah.
And true to character, we saw Team Alberta go into the rings without the hammer. More of a defensive call instead of putting up that center line guard. And Clancy Grandy going with the corner, so trying to score her multiple in this first end. They have not wavered from their aggressive strategy.
Jerry Lynn will hold the brush for Kayla Skrlik, leaving Brittany Tran and Ashton Skrlik to do the brushing
At least partially
on the skip stones.
Drag it. 4-9.
Pretty good. It's difficult to get to the inside of that.
Edge on edge. Okay. Okay.
First end, these finesse shots are always tricky.
No. Just through.
The thrower has to guess how much slower this inner line will be. It wouldn't have been warmed up in practice. And also a bit of a question how much it will curl, being first rock down the path.
First few draws, Joanne, this rock over curled, came up light almost every time, but the ice has been getting better and better and better.
Hard! Hard! Hard, Go!
And gone across the nose and spills underneath. Now shows a little bit on that intern side as we say good evening to Kathy.
Well, Vic, you talked about that Canada-Nunavut game, and for Carrie Anderson, there were a couple of draws this morning she would like back. So they will use tonight to really make sure that they are dialed in as we move forward in this championship. Next door, Caitlin Laws can keep her hopes alive, but 2 out of her last 3 games have been losses. And they're taking on PEI's Suzanne Burt, who had her second-best game in a win this morning against Saskatchewan. And finally, in a game that will have lots of rocks in play, Laurie St. George, who is getting better every game, takes on Christina Black. And while Christina is now 10th among skips, she is half of our highlight reel. It is the timing of those big shots, and she may need some tonight.
We'll be watching them. Well, you will be watching all of them, the other 3, as we concentrate here on BC and Alberta as we play in the first on this final evening of round robin play.
Okay. I think Jessica 8. Yeah. I think she said top 4.
Top 4 is
okay, like
okay, just to
4.
make the double.
Okay.
Staying on the offense here. Try to maybe, as you say, Christmas tree it. Get it maybe quarter tucked around that yellow protecting shot rock. Keep some depth. You don't want to slide this too deep. Yeah, that's a concern. You want to be, as we said earlier, probably 50% is the norm. And they're at 30% conversion rate, scoring 2 or more with last rock. Trying to set themselves up for 2 here as they do have the hammer. I'd be concerned if I was BC with the aggressive style, not because of that, but because of the skip you're playing against. We mentioned Skrlik's draw percentage is off the charts good. Here's a situation. Now, she's not throwing this rock, but if it comes down to a shot to take the end away, she's going to make it. And then all of a sudden, a situation like this becomes a steal.
Line's good. Don't fall there to me. Take room.
Yeah, this may not have been Team Alberta's game plan to start the first end of this game, but they're definitely comfortable playing like this. This is their typical style of play.
Yeah.
They just got burned a few times, and they decided to make an adjustment.
It's not ticking.
And gets nothing on the way through. Goodness. It's the kind of shot, I mean, it's too easy to say, but you had that opportunity to come down on top of it and close off the end for Alberta, and now you can see Clancy Grandy bouncing up there to put the brush down.
And even the tolerant short Vic, like now Grandy's going to play the intern. It would not be there if that last shot had stopped short instead of long.
You have to wonder if nerves are finally coming into play. This Alberta team has been so cool all week. But as we said, it's in their hands. A win tonight, and they're playing tomorrow. That would be huge for this team.
Lynn's for line. Gotta go for line. Gotta go line. Gotta go for everything. 12, top 8. Stay on it.
This one's moving early again.
Yeah, just no enthusiasm in it.
So you are given the chance, and you do not make the most of it, and here we go. So another chance then for Brittany Tran. And every skip, Russ will say the same thing. It's the unforced errors.
Yep.
Right? Every skip.
Yep.
And there are 2 back-to-back.
You can't hit it.
So Tran is in her 3rd appearance. Played once with Kerry Galusha in 19, with Beth Peterson in 21.
Back 4. Can I knife it?
Knife it.
Ashton! Oh! Ashton! Oh! Hard.
Trying to hold it up now. Watch the overcurl. And right down to it. Tap it back. And I still believe it is the red stone that shot.
4-6.
Boy, they cut that tight to the guard.
Real good, Brent.
If anything, they thought this needed to curl, and it just took a turn right before the hog line. Almost rubs the guard. And look at all the weight come off of it as it's coming into the house. They were worried that this was back 4.
But doesn't that always happen?
Yeah.
You give that player the second chance.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, you like little make the adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah. Give us top 8.
Kayla McMillan.
Line's good. It's close. Still Lindsay's rock right now. Line's top 8, top 4. Right on it. Linz, yep. Hard, Linz. Gotta go
they got to go. It's just a little bit of a rub. Straighten it out a bit.
Finish. Yep.
It looked like it just may even rub the backside of it.
It had to have, Vic. It would have overcurled like the previous yellow. What a great break. Not only got by, but kind of put it on a nice angle.
Yeah, I think we're getting turned on Brittany's because she's throwing with the ton of rotation.
No panic early on this rock, but it just takes a right-hand turn here. Just kisses the back of the stone.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay, yeah. Good throw. 15-2. Okay. Yeah.
And you're right. There's that angle, the red on the yellow now.
It's accessible, isn't it? Yeah, perfect.
Still felt like I threw a lot more than my LSD there. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
The last stone draw for the button.
Is this a hair more than mine?
Yeah, it's a hair more.
Okay.
Do you think it's minimum?
More? Just if this is the pro side, I think.
Timothy Leary fans out there, just remember back in the day, Ellis. Just in case. Not that I know. I just.
He's playing the guard here, Russ?
I think so, the straight guard. They could have gone the other way, tapped that yellow in. Maybe they're trying to save it. They're worried about that slash, I guess.
I like a little bit. Half. Yep, halfway.
So Skip Stones, Kayla Skrlik.
Over curling. Half. Can you jump off this a bit? Or just we can bounce off.
No, we're not jumping off that. We're just to it. I don't think we can, but we can try.
Hard, Ashton, hard. Roll it.
Now, did they do enough with that to take that red onto yellow away?
I think they did.
It's not giving us that set that we want.
Like onto this?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
Like might as well. There's nothing off this, so.
Just trying to think if we can hurt ourselves at all. If we only get it to here. Well, as long as we get it somewhere in here, it should be close enough.
Okay. It should come up a hair.
Yeah, it's not far from nose.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yellow's one.
Something
So these, like,
Coach Nicodine would try.
Run that
Yeah, the 6-time world champion
See if
is
we
on
can
the
spill our
bench
red
for British
into the
Columbia,
middle.
acting as the coach this week.
It's not far from nose.
Okay.
Just peel.
I think you're going to.
Right on nose.
Kathy's going to be a little cross-eyed by the end of this, watching all the games. So let's get our first update. Nova Scotia against Quebec.
Well, Christina faced 3 on her first. She hit and rolled to the wings, leaving Lori lying 2. And Lori went back in again. So she needs to get to the nose of a partially buried stone and stay right there.
Meanwhile, the angle run back doesn't work.
Oh, well brushed.
And stay right there for the single.
That was trouble if it ticks.
I was like, I am not heavy. I think you could just go. Good sweep.
11-4. Bring your weight down.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay.
They were actually trying straight back. I thought they were going red onto red. They were going red straight back onto that yellow that where the broom is and then kicking across.
Just slivered. It just stayed right there.
They ended up in between.
Yeah. She playing the Uno?
Yeah, they jiggled the rocks on the button a little bit.
Really nice throw.
Yeah, it just. I was
You did
expecting.
exactly how you needed to.
Yeah.
It's funny sport. You try a shot like that, missed it by a millimeter. Now you've left it open for the other team. With a peel weight hit here, you might be able to jump across. Try to get that back red.
The former Alberta junior champion in her Scotties debut, Kayla Skrlik.
Roll it!
What do you got? Not enough. But what have you left?
Mm-hmm. Very, very good point.
Tough one. Like right into the side of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can throw a good shot and go, why did I do that?
So sorry.
Can you play it with the out?
Ideally, I think I might need to take a little look from the half, but
potential
I think we have
3.
space.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been better to hit that thin and roll under everything.
And it looked like it was narrow all the way down by the brushing, and then they just held it.
I heard Jerry Lynn said that it fell out so much the whole way. The Zen sheet sometimes can be a little bit flatter on the outside compared to the inner ones.
It's actually, you're right. I remember Friday night, the very first show, that spot did nothing. Well, the other way now, out turn, which there was a lot of curl here. The Christopher Carvel struggled with it.
Final stone, boy. He gave it a little bit of an extra push. Extra push.
No.
Gonna catch anything? No, right on the beak. And one red it'll be.
We moved it a bit here, so.
Another look here.
I thought we moved like our
What do you
red
think,
closer.
ladies? One
so.
red? Can we go to
One red?
commercial?
Okay.
Yes, we
One
can.
red.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we've seen a lot of spinning rocks through the course of round robin, and the spinning stops tonight as we whittle the field down. We know who's coming out of Pool B. We only know one team so far from Pool A. That's the defending champions, Carrie Anderson. As we welcome you back on this Thursday evening to Kamloops. And our feature game is British Columbia against Alberta. A first in, Russ, where we had our share of mistakes, unforced errors, and then that last one by Clancy Grandy really just, you could see she just gave it an extra heave.
Yeah, that's the old, you're on the par 5 and you're going to swing a little harder than you should, and just didn't quite get it back onto the broom, or was on the broom and kicked it off, but she'd love that one back. I don't think you had to throw it anywhere near that hard to make the double.
And the problem when you're generating that peel weight with an extension with the arm, you have to be so accurate. There has to be no changing of direction for the rock when you're releasing it, or else it just changes the path of the rock dramatically.
And as you said to me in the break, it's arena ice. Once it's out there, forget it. It's not coming back.
Nice shot, Ash.
Great shot.
Beauty.
Good sweeping.
Perfect.
Ashton Skrlik.
13. Really good sweep.
Stays frozen, stays partly buried, stays accessible, and when that yellow-red combo happens, the back Alberta rocks out of the way. I'd like to see more of that. And instead of freeze, and then it gets so claustrophobic. Alberta might, because of that shot, have a little more room to score their points.
He just wanted to unlock earlier.
Yeah.
Is that it, basically?
I love that
Wait
shot.
if you can. You have to go for speed.
Looks like you have to go.
You can
Just
go
hard.
Go for speed. Just
Hard.
tight.
Hard, guys. Hard. Top 12. Gotta go. Hard. Whoa.
See, there you go right there, Beck. Now,
Tiger.
it doesn't mean they're going to score 3 or 4, but Alberta, if they choose,
Great pair.
can tap that, sit 3.
Peel. If you just peel
Trying to
it
help
out, it's
Kathy
fine.
out here a little bit. We can tell you that the Team Canada scored 4 as they look to go through round robin undefeated. And wild card number 1, Caitlin Laws with a couple against PEI. It would be a second straight year that Team Canada goes undefeated in round robin.
Oh, there you go.
Sneaky.
Got it the hard way.
See, and that's a different call to begin with. The call was just for a peel and roll. Remove that one centerline guard and stick around for a corner. Earlier in the week, I think they would have brought play to the house, comfortable with the double centerline guards. The thing is that if they had gone and sat 3 there, BC just missed a draw by 8 feet. That puts the pressure on your opposition.
I think it will curl here.
No
I think
question.
this team is good enough to play aggressive. They just got scared early, and now it's been working for them, being more patient and taking less risk. But I'd love to see them try some of those shots and get that pressure on their opposition.
No question.
Might be a hair fresh here.
You
still.
can't beat the top teams in the country by not putting some type of pressure on them.
And on the other hand, with BC, they've committed to this. Win or lose, this is how we're going to play. We will learn from it.
Board.
Close.
Board.
Kayla.
Still board.
Kayla. Hard.
Touch center.
Hard. Good.
Good throw.
Yeah.
call.
Good call.
Even if you roll far, it's fine. Board.
You might have to throw good board in this path.
Kayla Skrlik saying earlier that she just called too many risky shots early in those 2 losses. Shots that she said she may play, say, in a bonspiel or at the club, but she just couldn't afford to play here.
Roll it, Ashton.
I think, too, we harped on it a little bit. You've got to play the conditions, and it was a little trickier then. Now you might be able to, they're good enough to get away with it with a good surface.
And you make it, and she said exactly that. She thinks the stones are just fine now after they were sharpened first after Tuesday night. They were a little straight, and then they did them again last night. She says they're just fine right now.
Excellent. Inside out, hit and roll.
10.5. Yep. 11. Weight's good. Hair big. Hard.
Yep.
Yeah. Hair big. Hard.
Yep. Hard. Right here.
10.7.
Whoa. 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 Okay. 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 Hide my face. A little tight.
Do you like nose? Yeah. Control.
Stay close. First rock down this path.
Yeah.
Think it's true or a little?
I think it's true.
Okay.
You got it. Whoa. 10. Clean.
A couple of sheets over is her former teammate Jocelyn Peterman. They won the Canadian Junior Women's back in
Hard.
2012.
Keep moving.
Good sweep.
Jocelyn playing with the Laws wild card.
Come on, it was good.
Okay.
Just it's really straight there.
You can throw the same.
Yeah, same weight.
Like curl up even more.
It did come down to control.
Same weight.
It's a chance to roll buried here behind the 2 center line guards. Even to just get half of the rock covered.
Hair left.
Hair left. Yep. Just 11.
Yep, hard.
11.
Gotta go, Lynn.
It's good.
Hard, Lynn.
Yep.
Hard.
Lynn is Lindsay Dubé. And
Good sweep.
nothing.
Tight throws, I think.
Here. Top 4.
Britt, I think it's going to be very similar speed.
I don't love
I think it's going to be very
similar
similar
as this
speed.
path.
Yeah.
So I can give you like 3
No, I
feet
know there's
less.
just a slight difference here. You see those 2 center guards, Russ, they're on this side as we look at the intern side. Could you play either way? Could you go intern, outturn here?
No question, and I would go the way they threw both in the draw to the button, and whichever one they liked the best. They obviously didn't have a great draw to the button, but they will know this spot. Both teams warm this up. There's no reason not to get the weight right here.
You saw the efficiency numbers are good. Only Team Canada is better in the field. 56% on their hammer conversion, and they can't sneak it by. That's the frustration, huh? You know you got a great opportunity.
This is my draw.
I actually thought that was minimum ice, and I think it might have got into the center where they haven't had any play.
Be fairly aggressive.
A couple
with
more
it.
inches ice, I think they could have got that there.
Yeah, they had to cross the center line, so that would have been inside their draw
True.
to the button line. So seeing some fresh pebble.
But it's going to finish anyways, right? If
could play
they
the
just got
out,
the speed right.
As the thrower, the thing is you don't want to be heavy there. You slide behind the tee line and your end is shut down. That rock didn't actually have a lot of tolerance to it. Little light, it's a guard. Little heavy, it's something to freeze to.
Kayla, do you like the out?
Sure. Whatever you like better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is my draw line. Yeah.
This is more than
There
what
you
you
go.
have to draw.
Yeah.
Which I think is okay.
Which I think you need.
Yeah.
No, where you were is good. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just top
So the one you know, that's
I think we
that's
wanna
the
be
key.
right on tee line
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Alberta was a
That way
foot
we're
less
making
than
her
that.
run- Yeah, exactly. Dead buried. Yeah.
Okay.
I think speed-wise it will run similar to my draw.
I agree. Yeah.
All right, 2-0 with the wild card leading and final stone coming up from Prince Edward Island. And remember now, it is Suzanne Burt still throwing the 4th stone, but Marie Christensen is skipping.
Well, Suzanne Burt faced 3 on her first. They were all behind the tee line, so she elected to try to play the freeze showed Caitlin Laws about half of it, and there was space behind it, and on her final, Caitlin tapped it through the port. That's why they lie 4. Needs the hearts.
Line's good. Line's good.
It's running. It's gotta wait. It doesn't have anything yet. Yeah, I think all we can do is wait. Nice shot.
Very nice. Uses the backing. And BC goes deep.
Didn't you just say you got 5-8 on that? 13-8.
Oh, that's good. Good judging.
BC went out to the path they do, the quick path, and in result, a little deep.
Yeah.
Good throw.
Good. Yeah. Better to be back there anyhow
Exactly. Better that than leaving her the double.
than. Yeah.
Yeah, Clancy's saying she didn't want to leave the double off of the red on the right-hand side of the screen. There was also a short run back if she was just top 8.
It's to be really fast out here.
Right off.
Looks like a lot.
Back 4. Hard.
Ashton trying to get this to
Yeah,
curl.
all you got. Back 8. Little bump.
I just heard somebody say, why?
Right.
Once you're by, could you not have let up and maybe let it curl? And let's go over and check in first with Kathy.
That yellow stone that you see was the stone that Christina Black was trying to angle freeze on her final. It is the red in front of it. It over curled, and so that means that Laurie St. George has a chance for 2. Needs to bite the 4.
Now her draw weight is 84%. That is number 1 in the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay with it though. It's curling now. It looks like it's trying.
So as we watch that,
14-4.
could they have let up on that and let it hook because they were trying to drag it back, it seemed to me.
Ashton had her broom turn the skinny way in front of the rock, so she was trying to make that rock curl the whole way down the sheet. So she could have actually kept going to try to get it over there. She wasn't adding speed to that. At least that wasn't the intention.
Oh, okay.
They're just trying to get it to make contact.
Lindsay's, gotta curl it.
Gotta get it in there, guys.
Yep, gotta get it in
Hard.
there.
You gotta go. Hard has to be shot. You gotta go. Has to be shot. Go,
Hard. And going deep has allowed that as BC draws the top 4.
So the difference between those two sweeps was Lindsay Dubé was sweeping behind the rock with her broom the big way in front of the rock. So that's adding speed as well as trying to make it curl. She's getting the rock to curl away from her, and the big part of her broom is in front of the rock, trying to add distance and curl. When it's the skinny way in front of the rock, that's just for curl.
I like that weight she gave us.
Yeah, me too. Seeing the draw, but I don't mind
Like,
whatever
the draw
you're seeing.
is tough
It's
still.
not,
Not a gimme by any
Like,
means,
there-
so I didn't mind
there's this.
playing that if that's what you're seeing.
Okay.
Thin.
Well, I don't think you're getting anything on the 3, but
It's like an inch.
Yeah.
In the Alberta
Right here?
provincial final,
This peel?
there were a few moments where there was a very
should
precise
curl.
draw
Clancy's
for
all
1
curl.
point or a really hard shot for multiple, and every time Kayla chose the hard shot for the multiple. She likes to take this risk.
Peel?
When you watch the Alberta final, you don't blame her.
It's thin, thin.
That was
If we
unbelievable.
flash it, it's okay.
Question here is, will it curl?
Yeah, you can actually give up a couple here. You could actually go across the top of your own at the back if you got it crazy thin.
Brittany Tran. And nothing on the way through. And so that draw to the top 4 will go on the board. Grandy leads it through 2. Well, it's an early jump for BC, up 2-0 as we welcome you back on this Thursday night final evening of round robin play from the Scotties. The Canadian Women's Curling Championship from Sandman Arena. And once again, it will be that lady there, Clancy Grandy, from the Vancouver Curling Club, who does have the last draw as the Hammer playing the Redstones. And again, it sometimes our discussions during the commercial break are, I think, pretty good. We should save them for on air. But again, you ask yourself, when will they learn you don't have to throw it that hard?
100%, Vic. In that situation, again, it's easy from up here, but they were trying to hit, I don't know, an inch of that thing with the gear turn. So you could literally throw hack weight. I wouldn't suggest hack, but you could throw hack weight and get that to run across and kick that out a couple feet. And the idea at the end of the day is get the angle right, which you can have a better chance to if you use your brushers. And the idea is to stick and stay, and the less weight is the way to go there too. So probably board weight, hack weight, somewhere in there is all they really needed to make that. And that was missed right out of the thrower's hand.
Back line, just through. No. Easy, you gotta wait on this side. Back line.
Well, that speaks to how they've been more conservative. That's the first steal in the last 3 games that Alberta has allowed. They've been a lot more conservative, but they haven't been able to play like that tonight because Team BC is forcing the issue every end.
Yeah, very true.
No tick. So the guard goes back.
It's pretty much splitting.
Yeah, my first thought was like Lachlan on this side.
And the out-turn side.
We can throw either turn, but
I mean, even if you is quite good. Okay. Let's play it to do that.
The interesting this game goes along has been a lot of play down this side of the sheet, the crowd side, in both ends. This will be definitely up to speed, whereas it wasn't first couple of shots. We had a couple light there in number 1, but
it seems to be a bit of a fine line. If you're a little light, little lighty-tighty, little light, a little inside, it makes you look a little bit silly. But the wider line was running very quick. We saw some heavy draws first end.
Okay, just wait a bit.
Back 4.
Whoa.
Back 4.
Sarah's wrong. Whoa.
Just hoping to get across the nose and tap it back.
I think it's just a hair too heavy. Yeah, well, yeah, or just a bit less.
love to have the thrown rock in tighter to the center line. Right now there's a nose hit double.
Yeah, it was just the back ring weight to try to jiggle, as called. But we saw more snap with the top house weight in this spot. It's very weight sensitive here.
Alberta needs to get something, make something, and Jerry Lynn Ramsey has a chance here. Second Scotties for her. It was a wonderful debut back in 2010 when she played with Kathy O'Rourke, got a PEI, and they won the silver medal, losing to Jennifer Jones.
Nice, Jerry.
Good shot.
Can we get here for now? Okay.
It's funny, I expected more action on those two.
Good. Okay.
I think that's a little
Wasn't a
slower
pile
on
of
the
weight.
side, or it's a little straighter, so it should be
Similar
okay.
to what you gave us last end.
That was board.
Forward, so this is hairless. Yep.
Heavy hack.
Okay, stay close.
Still heavy. Almost board.
Whoa,
Board.
Kayla! Curl! Kayla! Curl!
Still a little heavy.
Hard! Yep. Hard! Go, go, go. Yep. That's good.
Good.
12.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
There.
Hack. Roll away even.
Yeah,
Nose
that's
isn't bad. You got it.
that's interesting. Somebody said, "Aren't we gonna? Don't we want to roll away? Because if they roll into that spot, don't you leave the yellow on the red?"
Yeah, exactly. Well, you could go either way on this one, I guess, but rolling away makes some sense because that yellow raise is pretty nice there because you can hit and get one of those buried.
Yeah, I'd be curious if they roll away, does BC ignore it? They're up 2. They probably play the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That's not bad. 12-5.
If it gets much higher, they're going to be able to make a yellow double here.
Edge on edge is better.
Okay.
That's where
Do
rolling
you like
away
that
would
weight,
have
the
worked.
one that we just talked about?
Yeah.
What is that?
A 12-5, 12-2.
Okay.
Feels up to speed here.
Yeah, yours looked like it.
Nice
carried
quiet
it.
hit weights by Team BC. This is a wide open takeout. They're not chasing anything. They just want to hit this right on the nose. 12.5 seconds from hog to hog. That's about a light board weight.
Not a lot of teams have the confidence to throw that light. It's just so much simpler to put the broom on the edge of the rock and throw it in 8 or 9 and know you're going to have some success. But they're worried about the cue ball here, where this goes.
Straight out. Good. Good call. Yeah, call 7. Yeah. I'm just going to call that half.
Yeah.
Definitely bury the shooter here because it's going to kick off that red that was just thrown to be completely underneath the guard.
Board. Okay.
Taking the hit weight down here. They're calling board on this one. They've learned from their opposition already.
It did still have that little bit of extra curl, I thought.
Yeah.
Brittany Tran.
Clean.
We're big.
Stay close.
We're big.
Yep.
Yep.
Relax.
Yeah.
2-1.
Hard.
Wild card Laws leading PEI, and it is Laws that has the hammer.
And it is Laws that is currently shot on the heart. Suzanne Bird electing to guard on both of her stones, trying to force Caitlin to take one. And Caitlin tried to peel, and did peel the guard on her first, and now is trying to find a piece of the hearts for the second point.
Okay. So I think
No.
right now.
Yeah, it's a little quicker than the other side.
14.
Jocelyn Peter and Kristen McCush just walking now. And Laura Walker calling line. And one it is.
Pair more.
Yep.
Weight's the same. Yep. Same weight.
Sorry.
12.5.
Yep.
Yep. Hard. Keep hard.
Whoa.
Hard. Keep low.
Yep. Yep.
Low.
Yep. No rules. Good.
Good one. Good. Good shot.
Those hits that BC are throwing aren't making it to the hack.
A little more on that
Just
one.
superb control.
Is that yellow a little?
Board. Wait, this one now? Or?
Great weight, Britt. I think now it should be close to true.
Really like straight through on that out turn and
Yeah.
keep that.
Yep, I like that.
So I think it's still enough to keep
Yeah.
not float.
Yeah, exactly.
Using board weight again here. Important to keep the shooter. They'd like to roll away.
Whoa. 12. Whoa. Ashton.
Now trying to help it over. Here's Ashton Skrlik, Jerry Lynn Ramsey.
I got the roll.
And trying to roll it away, and they'll roll it maybe a stone. But just enough to push it through hack weight.
Start counting us.
They are with this one as well. Yeah, it looks like they're sitting 2.
It's maybe a little risky to just play this one, eh? It's like a little tight.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a bunch, but
Yeah. Best outcome is to do this.
yeah. Okay. That kind of 12.5.
Yeah.
Problem with the double, I don't think you can,
Try to get like
no
as
matter
much
how
of
hard
as
you throw it,
can.
you're going to get that buried yellow. Looks like it's going to run right into the red, Joanne.
I wondered.
Yeah, hitting those two right in the middle. The yellow will go into the red. I don't think it will leave the house.
Yeah.
If you could
I mean, we always
get the
this
buried
over
one
in
first,
case they
it
sit
goes.
2 or sit 1.
I don't mind
Like
it.
get it a hair thicker, fairly hard.
Yeah.
Okay. What turn?
In turn.
Okay.
Yeah, because we want to send it.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how far that goes. It looks like the yellow's a
that?
fraction higher than the red, which makes it harder to get the yellow out.
In turn with heel.
Okay.
Want to try and get that one on the top.
Smart call to intern, because when it makes contact, it'll get you much more speed on the after contact. You're going to get it gearing off. I don't think you can get that, do you?
I don't. I liked that original board weight call.
Yeah, if you can't get it, you might as well set this up in a good spot.
There again, that
Yeah.
little extra push we saw earlier
Whoa.
in the first.
Whoa.
And and then comes over and rolls it over, leaves it on the corner.
Pretty good miss.
It's not bad.
Yeah. No.
Can you nose the 3?
That was the way to miss it.
No.
Saint George in Quebec win it, and they'll finish second against Nova Scotia. And Christina Black trying to keep themselves alive, the Blue Nosers, and they do have the hammer.
Well, Christina's coming back down. Both Christina and Lori St. George tried to hit and roll. Both nosed, but on her last, Lori rolled, and
They really like it.
there is a hole from the hack in particular. If you can go, shoot the gap, as it were, a chance for 2.
Same weight. Do you like that?
Yeah, it's kind of framed, Kathy.
No,
If you
like
get
that.
through, I think you make it.
I
It's
agree.
getting through part's the hard part.
And I think that from the hack, she wasn't, or rather from the house, she wasn't sure of ice, so she was going to play the draw, but then coming down
I like
here,
the
it
same
looks
weight,
pretty
10
good.
10-6. Yeah. Yeah.
Nova Scotia trying to get through the and out of pool play for the second straight year.
Genre le port est plus gros que.
Yeah.
As we watch Alberta skip Kayla Skrlik out of the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary.
10-8.
Yep.
Oh, this is going to be something if you can sweep through here. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh, look at that.
What a great shot.
How many, Kathy? How many highlight shots have
Oh,
we
It
seen?
looked easy from there. From down here, it looked tricky. Great swing. I was a
Well, and
little
it was tricky
wide.
from down here, too. A great brushing to maneuver that stone, get that extra curl.
It was just my release was
Terrific
a little soft and
weight.
wide. That's also probably
She may be
what-
10th among skips, but she makes them when they matter.
I thought it was
bet.
to be brave. So
Wow.
once I saw I could make definitely be brave.
Wonderful shot.
You did on your second one last time.
Christina Black from the Dartmouth Curling Club.
Just put it right on tee.
On our sheet, the come around was made by Team Alberta, but sliding behind the tee line, there's a chance here for BC and Clancy Grandy to lock this end down, even get in a position to steal.
First end, anybody that was in tight was coming up way light. Out wider was good, and it just fooled by that foot or two. It's close to being good.
Whoa, then.
Yeah, anything light for Alberta there would have been a short run though.
Yeah,
so
right. No.
a lot of great options.
Look at this glide, eh? Just hog line in, it just keeps going.
Straight.
There.
The grab shot rock.
Good guy. Really nice weight. Yeah.
Why do we keep getting screwed?
So now
Yeah.
the draw, I don't think it's there to get shot rock. You have to curl past the rock top 8 foot.
It's not enough.
The double, you
We
mean?
have to be here.
There's no intern
Well,
draw
I don't
for
know
one
what
here.
else
I
No,
don't think,
no,
Russ.
exactly. So
Anything off of this?
might as well try a hard one for 3.
Red, yellow. Yeah, they had to
Tap
bring
it.
Kayla's well deep into the
just
full back
hit it
8
with
to
control.
avoid this scenario.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, like,
She
how
doesn't
much
think she can
weight.
get to the enough of that red stone
I'm just thinking this is our only way in.
top of the 8.
But how much weight and what's it going to drag? And
It's gonna have to be control, like good
I'm thinking
control.
At least control, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to
It
hit a
didn't
good
call
chunk of
timeout.
it. So I think we need
10.
Normal.
control. I don't know if we need normal. Well, it is pretty
9.5.
dead. Like a good 10 or you
Yeah,
normal?
9.5.
It's going to hit there and either go there or right where they want it. It's
9.5.
very, very close.
Like just a hair high.
Yeah.
Natural angles
it
to
should
get
be
it to
really
go
close.
more into this direction, but there's enough space. It might
High, really.
get it in there. It's going to be really close
Wait, what weight?
to hitting that
Normal?
red. Wouldn't that be a
Normal
shot?
down, like definitely on the 9.5 side of normal.
Yeah.
It's almost like a 10-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think there'll be any natural drag because the red one's only on the corner. So
There's one here if you want it.
Final stone. Right now it's a stolen point. Little short.
Whoa!
Angle. Red onto yellow. Off a red towards the button.
9. I think we want to hit less of it. Okay, Britt.
Now a little less of it. Bang. Oh, there you go. There you go. But you got to catch. How's that? Oh, and that will be for one. And what a terrific single it is. And she can breathe again.
Nice shot. And you watch for the yellow as it almost gets that red.
They get on the board. 2-1 BC.
The Briar's special.
Just tradition. A celebration of Canadian curling.
Get loud, here we go.
It's everything.
Briar is epic. Newfoundland wins.
Yeah, it won't be long. A week tomorrow, we'll have our first draw from London, Ontario. Look at the names and the seedings. Some new and names as well, like Kelly Knapp. Tanner Horgan will skip. Matthew Manuel from Nova Scotia. Then on field, Pool B. Familiar names such as Botcher, Guju. Sturmey's new to us. And that guy named Gauthier out of BC, Victoria. Mom will be very proud to watch Jacques on the ice.
She is already.
I betcha. And Matt Dunstone there makes his home on the left. He makes his home here. And his Rob Gordon.
Rob Gordon is the player that Reed Carruthers has picked up to complete his foursome, remembering that Matt only played with 3. So Rob is here, obviously, because he loves curling, but also because his partner is Kristen McCush, who is a member of Team Laws.
Right. And you see Aaron Pincott alongside Matt. They both make their homes here. And Aaron, of course, played with Corinne Brown, and they lost the BC final to Miss Grandy. As we welcome you back, it's going to be terrific. Clemson Briar always is. Very special to be part of it. 2-1, BC leads it. And it is BC and Grandy from Vancouver. They do have last rock playing the Redstones here in 4.
Nice guard here. Split center is perfect.
Great start by Alberta here. Got the guard up, got around it, and managed to roll inside.
Nice path here, Jer.
What a wonderful shot to have that angle figured out for Alberta to make that double tap angle draw to the button.
Yeah, they called the audible when it wasn't going to come up as much as they wanted, to just jiggle it in instead of have it go right through the hole.
Hard, Britt. Gotta get it tighter. Hard. Right here. Hard. I think we're there. Whoa, whoa. I don't want to overcook it. Okay. Sit. Good, Derry. Good. 6-5.
Guard. The important part is to guard the left-hand side of those yellows. If that rock doesn't curl enough, it leaves the hit and roll available for Clancy Grandy. And with those 2 red corner guards, there's a lot of space to roll to be covered. Yes. So we always say in the hack, you want to guard the pro side. Make sure you're guarding the right part of that rock. And that's what the sweeper has to know, because the sweepers have a lot more control than they used to with the directional brushing.
No kidding.
So as long as the thrower is close, the sweepers can manage it from there.
That was a frustrated look.
This looked like she floated that one.
From Lindsay Dubé. The minute she released it, she knew it was going to float and get away from her. But really almost an exchange of stones. Gets rid of the high guard and then kills one of her own, sitting right there now, covering the 8.
That tight one might help them in the future.
Over to Caitlin Law's wild card number 1 against Suzanne Burt of PEI.
And how this end has changed in one shot. When Suzanne sat in the hack for her first shot, it was Caitlin Law's line 4 along the back of the house. She tried to freeze, was about 2 feet in front of the Laws stone, and then Caitlin trying to remove it, overthrew it a little bit, it tracked and flashed the stone, took out all of her own. And so all of a sudden it is a draw for 2.
Drawing in the 60s all week, and here tonight in the 80s is Suzanne Burt.
Yeah, Suzanne is typically so strong with her draw game. I just have to think that the difference in the position with her sweeping the first 4, I wonder if that has something to do with the lack of feel, because I played against her for the last number of years, and I don't think I've ever seen her with a draw number that low.
No, it's so true. You know, she's not watching the rocks come at her, so it's hard to get a feel for lines. You know, you're going to be tired once in a while, and you jump in the hack. I'd love to see them switch it back, see what happens next year.
Hard. Want to keep our shooter.
Unlocks them, and BC does manage to keep that stone in the ring, sitting there back 12.
Are you seeing anything funky that I'm doing in my setup? Because I literally slid like here on that second one.
Yeah.
I had to put it back.
Top 12, top 8. I don't think so.
That's interesting. So that was Lindsay Dubé going back to Clancy Grandy and asking her about her delivery. Are you seeing anything funky that I'm doing?
Lindsay's got a dip toe like most of the top curlers do now, and if you've got that rock position a little bit off at address and you kick out, the rock's going to go, usually people put it too far to the right if you're right-handed. Then you have to make the adjustment, bring the rock across to the line of delivery.
I was gonna ask for it.
That, now you're sliding wide.
Sort of where it is,
There's no rudder foot anymore.
It's the last thing you want at a major championship, is to have something technical fall off the rails, especially with those peel weight shots. If you don't come out on the broom, there's absolutely nothing you can do to save it. Precision peels are nearly impossible when you have to fix something on the way to the hog line.
And even if you fix it and get lucky and make it, how are you going to duplicate that?
Really hard. Top 12.
Brittany Tran.
Full 12. Yeah, full 12. Get a shot. Full 12. Quick.
Good sweep. Good sweep.
Ooh, that's a hair.
Where'd you find it?
I don't know where it went. Sorry.
Somebody saw something.
Yellow double. Hit it a little bit that way.
Yep, half or less.
Probably could have left that a little higher.
Yeah, that overcurled by quite a bit. They were really concerned with getting third shot, though, Russ. Not sure that they had to, though.
No, not yet.
Leave a hit and roll under those guards.
It's quite high, so it's got a lot of time.
Yeah. What's the best result?
If we can keep our shooter in the 8 foot.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
If you can get through that out-turn port, that's the best result.
One quite easily.
Yeah.
You make the simple double, and you might roll behind the corner, or you will roll behind the corner.
Yeah.
Small port, though, obviously. But this looks every bit as hard, with no chance of being buried.
Yeah, and yesterday the shot was basically not there. There wasn't much curl from break point in. From when the rocks started to curl, there wasn't a lot of snap. But today the rocks are sharper. Love to see these finesse shots in the realm of possibility.
Hard, Lens. Hard.
Kayla McMillan. Dubé. Logan. No, all over that guard. I don't know. It's going to have to spin a long way and drop like a stone to find the 12.
This whole end has been controlled by Alberta, and it was really from the lead rock placement. With the 5 rock rule, if the team without hammer can gain position, it's really hard to generate your 2.
Well, they played to the wings too. I mean, that was the other thing. Sometimes you put those center line guards up, they're coming in.
Yeah.
But they decided to play to the wings.
Yeah, Clancy Grandy likes to put up the corner guard when she has the hammer and wants to score a multiple, but that allows for her opposition to come around their centerline guard, and they made a good one. BC didn't quite make theirs perfect, and all of a sudden they're chasing the entire end.
Yeah, you really give, in this case, Alberta 2 shots in a row when you throw that corner. Haven't been able to make any double peels. Tricky guard because that last rock came in a bit deep.
Half tight. 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 Tight.
We're to your broom.
Yeah, Britt. Tight.
No, I think it'll get there.
No,
past your broom. We don't need to go.
It'll just curl there. Sit, baby.
Huge piece of black right there by the log.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Perfect spot. The left double, the top 2 rocks. I don't think the hole's big enough.
That or now we do run it because it's tighter.
Yeah.
Onto the 5. If I just feather tick, it's not bad.
True. Yeah. So as long as we try to give you as much scoring room as we can.
I think we do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just onto the 5 then?
Why onto just the one, Russ, and not try to catch the one top 8 and get them both?
Yeah, I'm with you, actually. I think the best result is to run this in, hit the left-hand side of the highest yellow and make that double. Not that that's simple, but just getting one here, if they're going for the center line guard, you might leave a guard.
Yeah, if you could ever make this run double, you might see that red rock back 12 on the left-hand side of the screen come back into play.
Right. At least there's an angle by playing that shot, too, and this rock gets out of dodge.
Both shots, very high degree of difficulty.
Whoa. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got?
Whoa.
Oh, they'll get that one, and they run it back and stuff it on their own. Back 12, still leads Alberta, sitting to 3 without last rock.
Beautiful try, but it was the tougher of the 2 shots to give the next shot a chance. I guess they were hoping to get that back one on the way by.
Well, as they said, was Kayla saying, we've got to give you lots of room, Skipper Clancy, to get in there. They have a little bit more room, obviously. Where do you go with this, Joe, do you think? Where do you want to stop this one?
They'd like to put this rock full 8 foot just on the left-hand side of the center line. They would like to force Clancy Grandy to go out wide into a fresher path and try to block her path to the side of the button here.
Yeah, you got it.
Even if you leave a little port that they have to navigate to, because if they don't, it's 4. These always seem to over curl and leave that whole side for the other team, don't they?
I think we're just top 12. Line's good.
This Alberta barely allowed any steals, but they've stolen a lot over the last few games.
Well, it goes to their improved play.
Sit. Oh, that went more than I thought.
Shoot.
Sorry, Kayla.
Lost
Sorry,
it.
Kayla.
Okay. My line.
Yeah.
So by about a stone. Move it a stone over. Right, and stone up.
Really good shot, Vic, but let's put it there. Now,
It's the same on this side.
you've got to come through this small port.
Yeah.
You tick on something, it's a steal of 4.
Yeah, okay.
This way, it's basically your draw to the button shot. And long as you're not narrow, long as you're full 8 foot, you give up 1. Then you're tied with the hammer.
She doesn't find a draw. Yeah.
Final stone. Here in 4, Clancy Grandy, and it is a draw against 4. And needs a bit of the button.
Line's good.
You heard somebody say it's as wide as we've been.
You gotta go.
Not heavy.
And it's a big carry. Here they go, Dubé and Loken. It's a big carry. They got to get it by that one first, though. Big carry. Oh, boy, little rough, little straighten it out.
Great things.
And not quite. it'll be Alberta with a steal of one.
Nice shot. Joanne and I were talking about not much traffic down this side. That was a wonderful effort to get it that far.
If that doesn't rub, that weight is perfect for the side of the button.
And that just took the steam out of it. Ashton Skrlik throwing the lead stone for the Alberta champions from the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary on this Thursday night from Sandman Center in our final evening of round robin play, deciding Pool A. The only team not on the ice, the Saskatchewan champions, Silvernagle, finishing at 2-6 and out of the playoff contention.
No, it's okay.
From North Battleford. So after that steal of one, we're tied at 2, and once again here in 5, it will be British Columbia and Clancy Grandy with the hammer playing the Redstones. Pool B has already been decided. We know who's going through there. Northern Ontario, last year's silver medalists. The Manitoba champions, Jennifer Jones. Rachel Holman, Ontario. They're the 3 that are going through. But here we only know one. And that's the 3-time defending champions, Team Canada and Carrie Anerson. They will finish first.
Wait, that's good. I like it.
Alberta electing to hit the opening rock that was in the rings, whereas last end BC through the corner guard, and it actually cost them a point.
Really nice here, Jer.
Line's good.
Half.
Tight. Right here. Tight. Line's good.
I think Clancy saw the rock come in the rings and decided might as well blank this end and take the hammer in the even ends. Starting the second half of the game, if they have hammer in 6, they'll have 3 hammers to Alberta's 2 hammers, and that would be an advantage going in. And now because of that hit in the house, Alberta said, okay, let's throw the bar and see, but we're outside of that 5 rock rule now, so it should be a quick end.
Yep.
Clean. Yep. Right to it. Yep.
Haven't seen Clancy
Good throw, Linz.
work towards the even ends really this week. She seems to try to get her points when she has hammer.
Yeah, this surprises me a little bit, but they were bitten last end with the corner.
Yeah, I think this is a regroup end for them. And get to the break. Talk with their coach and their alternate, Katie Witt, Nicholas Zadine, and then we'll go from there. But it is a little
Good, Jerry.
defensive from a team that we really expected to not throw caution to the wind, but go all out when they do have the hammer.
Yeah, and they definitely forced the issue tonight, forcing Alberta to play with a lot more rocks in play than we've seen in the second half of the week from them. Whenever you can force your opposition into a game that they don't want to play, that's a good thing.
Hard. Back it up.
Yep.
All the way.
Yep. Good, Linz. It's good. It's good. Where?
Brittany Tran.
Line's good. Hold on. Line's fine.
Tight half.
And always been her problem, hasn't it?
Right here. Half. Ashton.
Nice. Good.
Okay. I think you can. Yeah.
This is a nice opportunity. A little off on their precision peel weight shot. So to have the chance to play a very simple peel, lock in your slide, that always feels good going into the second half of the game. You never want to have something technical creep in at these championships, but inevitably sometimes it does. So locking back into whatever cues you have in the hack, and then staying in the mindset of wanting to make the shot. As soon as you start thinking about the throw and your line and your release, it becomes very challenging to actually make the shot. If you're thinking about within your body and managing that, it just brings your mind outside of the game, and it can be so difficult to have the performance that you want.
Both thirds are struggling. That means more pressure on their skippers.
And we've seen that. Both skips have had some tough ones.
To your broom.
5, 6.
Pass. Good. Nice shot, Britt.
5, 6?
Yep.
Quebec down by 1. And what is that? Nova Scotia sitting 2. They had a long discussion here.
They did. Christina Black made a double on her final stone, but the shooter remained close. So they were looking at, if they play this double, do they wind up jamming on their own and only getting 1? She's trying to catch the top one really thin. Looks like it's hanging out.
And then across the top, and will roll too far for a steal of 1. Nova Scotia. She's curling 92% before that throw.
Well, she is, but don't forget the highlight reel, lady, from the last end.
So hard when you're playing so well and you come up against a hot skip.
Nice here.
Doesn't matter what you do sometimes.
You got it. Back 4, back it. Throw. I don't think we're through. Throw. Sit. Okay, Kayla. Sit. Hi.
Oh, yeah.
For 11.
Jerry.
I think just more of a
Here,
confident
should we go?
slide.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it?
34.
What was the time on that?
In a 3-3 tie. And what do you got there? It looks like all kinds of PEI pressure.
Well, there are 3 stones. Caitlin tried to draw on her first one because the 2 PEI stones were behind the tee line. She came short, wound up in the 8-foot, and Suzanne Bird, who's had perfect draw weight tonight, lopped around on the hearts. So Caitlin trying to get as close as she can
Kristen.
to reduce the
Make
damage.
sure for one. Just make sure. Yep, that's good. 11. 15.
And it is a steal of 1. Just 31% on her draws tonight. Caitlin Laws.
Kind of a veteran draw there, though, I think, Kathy. Instead of trying to be a hero wrecking on the guard, giving up 3.
Just keep the game close.
Played to the right. Yikes.
That's something we haven't seen in a while, Russ. To start the week, it was sharp and frosty, and the ice kind of changed, so we saw more flashes or rollouts than we would have ever expected. But since the weather's gotten a little colder outside and drier, and with the paper and the rocks, everything's been more consistent. That's very surprising to see. Play the whole end for the blank, and now you're going to get forced.
Top 8. Mine's good. Top 12. Yeah. You can go. Be top 8. Top 8.
Just moving.
Final stone, Alberta.
Top 8. Top 20.
Brittany Tran.
Okay, it's all you guys.
Pass to Skrlik.
Take a look.
What's all there?
Top 8.
Whoa.
Try not to go deep where you can just play the nose hit here.
Close. Sit.
It needs to.
Shoot it.
Okay, 5-1. Okay, Kels. Sorry.
Just shade deep.
Sorry. That's okay.
Good shot, Kayla.
Don't know if the nose hit will get it to you.
I think it will, Vic, unless you jam it.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
Yep.
nose is all the way in here.
Yep.
All right.
Okay,
11.
Okay.
A little scary for the jam, though, Russ. You're right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's got her draw. Wait, she made a great draw last end.
11.
Yeah,
It would have been perfect if it hadn't racked.
Maybe so quiet here and just roll a bit.
I don't think you're that 8, back 12. Now they're like, ah.
And just throwing a 69% game. All 4 of the back end players on both teams just are in the 60s, so not their best games. Need to bang it right on the nose. Stay right there and avoid the jam. And that will be enough for one, but a big mistake with her first. Go for the blank, and you're forced to take one. We'll go to the break. BC leads it.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
They played well, Alberta. And it was a shot in the third that really got them going. They had given up a steal of 1 before, and this really turned it around for them. They desperately needed this too.
Yeah, pressure on Team Alberta after a nice draw by Clancy Grandy with Team BC. This is kind of a jiggle, maybe catch the side red one, but they had to call an audible. Squeeze that rock through up into the button. That was a huge point. You give up the steal there, you're down 3-0 going into the 4th end with all the momentum on BC's side.
Yeah, that was a confidence builder. Key shot brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together. So they'll take the hammer now. They got the force in 5. They'll have the hammer in 6. So let's check the numbers after 5.
Yeah, there's been struggles on both sides with big precision hits. Kayla Skrlik with a flash on the in-up in the second to give up a steal, but that great drag shot for the key single when they really needed it. Both skips struggling with those hits moving into the second half. They need to figure out how to throw those.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet Canada, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. So what do you think, Coach? We can't afford to be forced like that, I can tell you. Rachel Holman. They were champions a year ago. They're champions again. A Scotties championship for Manitoba. Chelsea Carey, the Canadian champions. Got to run this back and catch it, run it back. Got it for a 3rd Canadian championship. Rachel Holman. And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones. Alberta will steal for the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. Canada, say hello to your new champions from Manitoba. And it will be a 2nd straight Canadian championship. 3 straight Canadian championships. Carrie Anderson. And Anderson looking very good again as she tops Pool A. Will finish first, has won 7 in a row, going for 8 tonight. A 2nd straight year undefeated round robin play. The rest of it we're sorting out. We know what's happening now on Pool B. Krista McCarville, last year's silver medalist in Thunder Bay, will finish first. She gets the bye. She avoids the elimination game by virtue of that win. Draw 1 against Manitoba, and Ontario's Rachel Holman will finish 3rd. And just remember now that 2 and 3 will cross over, and they'll play their opposite numbers on the other side. So, and then those tomorrow are elimination games. Can you imagine that? As we welcome you back on this Thursday night, final evening round robin play. BC forced to take the single. So it means that Alberta has the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in 6.
Yeah, I think we go right to it now.
Yeah.
But they just have had a full steep here, so it should be right up to speed.
Okay.
You suggested, Vic, that we were trying to decide the key shot. There's 4 or 5 we could have picked. And you picked the right one there, because that changed Alberta's fortune right up there. It was 3-0 if that thin double angle redirect draw to the button shot wasn't made.
Yeah.
And they've been a different team.
Yeah, I think, Joe, it's put also Alberta a little bit on their heels, too. They just drawn back a little bit. And now, you know, Grandy is playing for the blank. She flashes, and now you're forced to take one, maybe even more.
14-3.
Well, but draw back a little bit.
And those are shots that you just look back at after the game. If it doesn't happen to go BC's way, I think they'll haunt you, because those are shots that these curlers make 98% of the time. To flash it completely, you almost never see.
No.
And if BC were to get a blank that end, then you've got the 5th end break, touch base with your coach, and then come on and attack in the 6th end when you have 3 hammers to your opposition's 2. They would have been in a great position. Now all of a sudden, Alberta's in the driver's seat.
Shirley and Ramsey out of her hand thought she'd put it out, maybe floated it a little bit. Still gets to the top.
I got 5-4 on
4.
that.
Just a shade wider than they wanted, but perfect speed.
Yeah. That nice straight through like you did last end. Yeah.
BC's missed their share of double peels this game. Not that they're easy, but it always seems to be a rocket, and it just doesn't quite curl enough.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of nervousness in every throw from
Make a couple doubles.
Lindsay Dubé right now. She gives a
Start with that one.
runway a little bit of a slam. She's just not
Stupid.
not sure.
I'm sure too, Joanne, if you miss that, you want to hang around with a corner guard and try to set something up.
It's really nice. Nice release.
Don't have to hit this one. You've got them pretty busy down the middle there.
Yeah, but this is what we've seen out of Team Alberta. When they have a choice between something conservative and something more aggressive, they opt for the more conservative call, especially now. They want to make sure that they score this end. And you can tell they get more nervous with play in the middle than they did earlier in the week.
Look at this. Here we are, getting ready to play third stones, and Alberta's sitting 4.
Time if you throw the guard. One more wasting. Like it was a little early on Jairus with that. Board. Back it up.
Kayla McMillan.
Hard, keep it there. Hard! Hard, you got it. Go, go, hard! Go. Hard! Whoa!
Oh, how could you do that? How could you drive that through the middle and not catch something?
It's unbelievable.
She threw that so hard. You make contact with any of those rocks in the house, you're making some kind of double.
They're all gone, yeah.
I don't know if you could do that if you tried.
I'm really frustrated because I really like my slide lines, and I just
She's still talking about it. And you know, listen, you know better than me. And that gets in your head, and you start questioning yourself. You're questioning every time you're in the hack, Joe.
Yeah, and Vic, I've been there. It's not easy, and she's saying she's sliding close, just not giving the release she wants to.
Whoa. Roll it your way, Jer.
But when that happens,
Roll it.
especially as a front end player, your rocks are only 25% of the end. The rest of the end, the 75%, you're sweeping, you're supporting your teammates. So you have to find the balance. Keep grinding, keep trying to find it, but you can't bring people down with you. Like, you can vent and you can try to just park it, but you got to let it go and focus on the last 4 shots at the end, because those are actually the most important.
Yeah, no kidding. And you're, a couple of bad breaks. The other skip's not cooperating. She's made some nice shots on you, and you're one down with hammer. So it's not panic time for sure.
Yep.
You could throw soft weight here too and kind of roll into that pocket.
Trying to get rid of a couple, and they will.
Very nice.
And leave it in front so there's some backing, some junk now that
Good call.
Alberta has to deal with.
Good. Good throw.
Tricky to sit 2 here. You can sit 2 by killing the back one, but then you're going to set up a double.
Yeah, it's like my inside out. Like, it'll go.
Brittany being asked to make a hit and a long roll to the other side of the house. Spread these rocks out.
Really hard.
Not very heavy here.
Really hard. Really hard.
Ramsey.
Ashton.
And Ashton will do the late licks. And there's that catcher.
Not sure the weight they called there, but that might not have made it through the rings.
Almost found its way between the stones.
Yeah, actually, if they get off that sooner, it would have.
Yeah.
And like
What's
make
more
the
important,
double.
making the double or making the roll?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
What kind of weight? I think we need to make sure you stick around.
Yeah. I'm thinking we throw a 10.
Okay. And it should come up.
I think it'll come up a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
I'd like to make the double and roll
I'm just
here.
wondering if it's better if we actually make the nosed double. She can't make the double and stick to play anything.
Yeah,
we
she's
should
either
have
hitting
a double.
this or I don't really know where she goes.
Just don't want to go to here
Agreed.
and leave her the double and roll.
Yeah, I think like kill these two.
Yeah.
What kind of weight?
Yeah. I think it's the same way.
Yeah,
I think it's just how we play it. Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Well,
bit
dropping in here on Prince Edward Island and the wild card laws, and this is a chance for 5 for loss.
It is. Both Marie Christensen and Suzanne Burt flashing on their hitting attempt. Suzanne was trying to play an upweight double on her final stone, went through the uprights, and every time they've missed, Team Laws has thrown another stone in, so this is any piece of the paint for 5.
Wow, what a turning point.
The most they've given up PEI this week is a 3.
There it goes.
4-3.
Good.
Skip Stones, Clancy Grandy in our featured game.
Good, Caitlin.
Wow, 5 to break it open. And now they want to hang around here.
9.5.
And coming back, it just does. Just bites the edge.
Hit it nose.
That's got our 2.
We could probably even kiss our yellow a little bit.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't like
If we're gonna hit it, I'd like to
give her. That's the triple. We roll anywhere. That's the triple right
I was
there.
thinking like bigger, but okay.
Do you like the draw then? She could draw right on top and kill our entire end. Okay. Nose.
Do you like the nose?
I think that's pretty much all we can throw. Control.
You like this, Russ?
Well, you could freeze. The freeze is bad. You're not happy about that. If the freeze is good, then what do? You know, if they try to, they can't freeze. You could score 4.
Control. We definitely don't
Sitting
want to
3,
roll
there's
her
everything wrong with that, but there's going to be a double and maybe even a triple.
Yeah.
As long as they don't roll at all, there shouldn't be a triple. Right on the nose.
Well, we're just trying to nose. Okay.
Problem with the freeze is that Clancy just freezes on top and then you're forced.
Yeah, but you're freezing on a single rock, right? So you'd have to be really good on the angle.
Yep. Little down. Yep.
Kayla Skrlik and her first.
Brittany.
Uh-oh.
Good, Kayla.
They talked about a triple. Is it there?
No, I don't think so, but there's an awful easy double. Don't think you can triple this, can you, Joe?
I don't think it's there, but the shooter will stay in the ballpark of the yellow back 12, and it won't be the easiest, too.
Keel? Yeah. Sure we make the double.
Heel weight shots have been a struggle on both sides.
This is tougher than the side double.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 Lance.
Whoa.
One, kick, two. Oh, and nearly catches it, but now it will be a draw for two.
Yeah.
Good throw. Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. It's really great here. It'll be similar to when you threw on it, top 4 here.
Okay. Nice.
I like that same kick.
We can carry it a really long ways.
Okay.
I love
my
that
God.
comment. Instead of worried about your release
Timeout.
and rotation and another handle.
Yes, they've tried to set the handle, and
We
it's
just need someone to watch the hog.
Where's our official?
Our time
so
clock
the
stopped.
official is going to hustle and make their way down, and here she comes.
Suggestion, just let the curlers play. I bet you Team BC would be quite happy with
Every game thing.
this
Not
rock being
working.
thrown
Always
without an
on
official
draw.
there.
You to watch the hog. Just the rock isn't working.
Yeah.
All clean. Kale's reset.
Reset. You got it. Top 4.
I like what the thrower, one of the front enders said, Joanne, that we can drag it here.
And if I'm the sweeper, I want to show my skip the T line on this shot.
Weight's close. Just lean.
Put it right on the button.
Top
She has a
4.
really good idea of her draw weight going into the second half of this game.
Okay. We're fine. We're T. Crossing 4-8.
Yep, weight's
Good.
good.
And no need to drag it.
Nice throw.
It'll find
Nice
its
shot.
way for a second point. Alberta gets a couple.
Yeah, nice kill.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's chilly, and will be for one more day before getting a little milder on the weekend here in Kamloops. And oh yes, Annie. Yeah, Green Gables, PEI supporters here in Kamloops. And Kathy's wearing her red wig too. Here's our little Annie.
Well, thank you, Victor. Well, you know the feature game. You've been watching that. For Nunavut, they are in tough against a team that is very comfortable with draw weight, where the broom goes, the whole works. And for Suzanne, Burt had draw weight in her pocket. It was the big weight hit that she tried last end that just did not work in her favor. For Caitlin Laws, it has been the draw weight struggles, but she made that 5th point, so maybe that turns it around. And for Christina Black, we're still seeing highlight reel additions. And for Laurie St. George, she is applying pressure. She's playing well. She's just waiting for that one big break.
No.
Pants and the jacket don't go.
No. But I'm guessing. Yeah, well, you got to guess they're Nova Scotia fans wearing a sou'wester, don't you? No blue nose though. But the Blue Nosers are on the ice against Quebec. Kathy's watching the ball as we concentrate on our featured game. And Alberta with the 4-3 lead now as we welcome you back. Let's go to the 7th. And BC with Last Rock playing the Redstones.
Really aggressive play by the team that's winning this game, Alberta. They don't have hammer here, and they've thrown up 2 centers. Sure, that's trying to force, but how many will they force them to?
Little bump. No, we're not even on it right now. Back 4.
Do you guys do that very often with Holman?
Depends on who we're playing
That's okay. 4 or 5.
and how desperate we are to force. This team has a game plan. We've watched Kayla Skrlik. Whatever she commits to, she plays it all the way out. We see her if it's an even end and she doesn't have hammer, she always puts the rock in the rings, doesn't force anything. Happy to see the other team blank. And then for the other team to have the hammer on the odd end.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very specific playbook. I'm not exactly sure what the playbook is. But a lot of things are by design with this skip from
A little
Alberta.
bit more line than Sarah.
Line's close.
Running straighter than Sarah.
Just line.
Easy,
To
guys,
it.
easy.
There, yeah, back button.
Yeah, 14-7. Right off.
Okay, take it. Freeze! Okay, or do you like this? We can hit nose!
I'd be pretty tempted to remove some red rocks from the rings if it's available.
Yeah, the freeze is great if you're perfect. If not, no, you're right. And you know, you don't have to throw a rock here. Oh, they're not. They're going to throw a hack. And the audible here, you could get tight to the guard and roll underneath. It's even better. Make the double, roll away, have some separation.
Hack weight, you'll likely only kill one red rock.
Hack! Close! Yep! Whoa! How? Hack down. Close!
Jerry Lynn Ramsey.
Brittany, we got a curl! Hack!
Brittany Tran.
Hard, Britt. Hard, watch the roll.
And we'll jam it and then roll that shooter
Okay.
over. Shot rock still belongs to BC. They do have the hammer.
12-6.
We're still doing that.
4 feet less?
It's kind of a general rule when you're playing those soft come round taps without hammer, which is Alberta's situation. You'd like to get something out of there. With hammer, that back red's really not an issue.
Just straightening up a little bit on this side, it looks like, because that wasn't overthrown by any means.
Not at all.
It seemed like they thought it was close out of her hands.
Line's good.
Lindsay Dubé
Easy if you can.
been struggling a little bit. Getting her up weight shots.
Line's good. Stop forward. Right to my broom. Right to my broom. Hard. Yep. Hard. Yep. Good. That's
Oh,
good
that'll
call.
help her. That'll build some confidence.
Like.
Right here?
Starting to get pretty messy for Alberta here.
It's in a great spot.
What do you like?
That red is very difficult to remove. That was just thrown by Lindsay Dubé.
This back one?
Yeah.
We can't miss it.
Okay.
Back line?
Yeah. Back line.
Stack another one up on that top one. Just be patient. Move it a foot or something. But
You got it.
This is a tough shot.
Yes.
Brittany doesn't have all of this rock on the tee line.
Back 12. Back line.
Back 12.
Covered by
back
rock
8.
in the 4-foot. That's not a lot of space to work with.
you want to wreck on the top red either.
Whoa, looks
Back line,
really heavy.
Back line.
Jerry.
Back line.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Now,
Close. Ashton.
Ramsey
Whoa.
trying to help it over.
Whoa. Jerry.
Now again. And very nice to push it to the back edge of the 8. So well controlled, well brushed.
13.
It's a good shot. It's just I'm concerned about these red rocks at the back of the house, Russ.
Yeah, they're playing us like they're 4 down, not 1 up.
Freeze there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
As we all know, it can
That
work
was my
out,
first
but
thought.
What weight do you see that with?
10.
10?
What turn do you see
Sorry?
it with?
I don't know. That's the first question.
10?
Yeah, probably a 10.
10?
Yeah, I think with
Yeah.
the intern.
Yeah, 10 with the in.
Yeah. This way.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's enough ice for a
teams
10.
are getting so good at this level of
Pull up a hair.
once the decision's made on the call is to think about the weight. Think about the right speed for this particular shot.
She's going to try to get them both, is she, Joe?
I think she's just playing the hit and a little flop to the right-hand side.
Okay. So the one closer to center line, one edge of the 4-foot.
Trying to get a little bit of an outside roll here.
Oh, outside, okay. On top of the yellow.
Yeah.
All right.
10?
BC has had great rock position to start this end.
10 and a half?
Yes.
Okay.
Really hard, Lynn.
Dubé. And nothing. Sits there.
Still not a bad spot. That
Okay.
you can't hit and roll to the middle. The only option here for Alberta is the nose, because it would jam on the rock behind the corner.
And there'll be a double. This is your spider senses start to worry here.
BC with some really well-placed draws, not leaving Alberta many options.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. 10. Jerry. Normal. Jer. 10.
Well, earlier we saw Laws wild card put 5 on the board, and more pressure from Caitlin Laws here on PEI.
Well, and a bit of a slip for Suzanne Bird on her first one. Had an opportunity to split the house, and lie 2 was deep. And in being deep, it would allow Caitlin to remove the shot stone, which she did. It is 2 that Laws faces, just trying to play the nose hit.
Just 56% is Bird on her hits. And we'll be good there to get the single. Kathy, I don't know if you heard Russ and Joe talking earlier about Suzanne Bird and the fact she's not calling the game. She's not seeing the stones come at her quite as much. She's brushing more, obviously. Do you think it's affected her game in terms of throwing that fourth stone?
You know, it's hard to say for sure. It was Suzanne that asked Marie to do that. It wasn't that she was asked the other way around. But Suzanne has just been so spot on with draws. But I find that she'll be great, and then she won't. And it's not like her to lose it, and so maybe just not seeing it, she's losing a little bit of the feel.
I'm not sure where we wanted to go with that roll.
Yeah, roll too far.
I didn't know where we were going with the roll.
Okay. Shoot.
It's good.
Yeah, good call.
Good throw.
Yeah. Normal? Yeah.
That's the problem here now. And yet I know there's only 2 rocks left, but that's a lonely yellow.
But wait, normal.
Make the double here. Might be able to flop in front of the BC stone in the back of the 8-foot.
Normal. Whoa. 10. Normal.
We're up if anything.
Skip stones. Kayla Skrlik.
Double.
Don't roll out.
And won't. And then the catcher at the back. Get rid of 1 red, so they're sitting 3 in there. 1 shot rock. And then 3 and 4.
It's just so straight.
It's probably not the end of the world, right?
That's 2 inches higher, Joanne, on that right-hand yellow,
play.
and this is a tap to sit 4.
You got about half to 3/4 of that rock.
I do?
Okay,
Okay.
that's
I think
better than
so.
I thought, yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
So let's play just that hawk weight then.
Yeah, that kind
How much does she have?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll move a bit here. Just half? Okay.
Seem to have lost some curl to the middle.
Yeah.
Alberta has been trying to trying to make everything curl. All of these hits, nothing's been tight. So I wonder how this will run to the wing.
Yeah. I think just
I also,
half.
no, exactly. I also believe that the team they're watching throws it so soft, so light. And then you get it in your head that, well, there's some curl there, but not if you're going to throw an 8 or an 8.5. Big shot here. If you can tap this out, roll somewhere.
It's not easy because that guard is
No.
really tight to the rings. Have to get some movement past the guard.
Like the weight.
Okay, easy.
Just
Clancy
there.
Grandy in her first.
Lins.
Has something building here.
It's not curling either.
No.
Really hard. Hard.
Trying to help this over. Can you get it over there to touch something? Can you get it over there?
Go, 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 go,
And
go.
does.
Okay.
And just moves it to the edge, but we'll lose the shooter.
I think we're second still.
It's really close.
I like the weight. Yeah.
I think that stone there, that one right there at the back. I believe that
1-2
is
now.
third
Yeah,
shot.
perfect weight.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't counting at all. It's between those.
Okay.
And I
Double
think
and
it's
up.
rad.
Throw peel.
Sure. What are you hitting? Like this?
Yeah. What turn
With
do I have
the
to?
out turn?
Yep.
You got
I
them
think
both, you
I'll
think?
throw the in,
Oh,
no?
the end.
Yeah, interesting call.
Yeah, it's the out.
I can see out.
You,
Peel.
We're pretty sure it's red back here, but if you
Yeah.
wanted to take a closer look, I'd be comfortable with that.
Well, we were kind of thinking the draw, but if they're
No, we're not thinking the draw.
shot,
Like it's, I think 1, 2, 3. This
I
is,
don't want to take too much.
or
time
like,
either.
2, 3, 4, whatever.
See the shot she
Peel.
wants.
With the out. I think it's
We're
gonna
trying to
float.
spin up with the out.
Yep.
Gotta be.
Yes. Okay. Peel.
you'll actually could, if you get it absolutely perfect, you
It'll
could
float.
roll into this type area, but you're never going to be shot rock. It's probably going to be over here somewhere.
I think it's less than half.
Just easy peel.
A lot less.
Spin it up.
I think this is a smart call, though, Russ.
Yeah.
There's a debate about whether or not BC is sitting 1 or 2. Can't risk giving up 3. If you play the freeze and you rub off, it could be a shot for 3. So I like this call.
I do too.
Final Stone looking to make that double at the back. Back edge of the 8.
Ashton.
Kayla Skrlik.
Roll it.
1, 2. Move it back and come up, and they'll sit there.
Good shot.
That's the very best you could do, and that shrinks the scoring area a little bit. Matter of fact, if you play the draw, Vic, and knows your own, I think that yellow would be closer. Up and around. Very nice.
The only downside there is it's a bit of a catcher for BC. They could come down to that with the draw. Just peeking out behind that red. This is a side we've seen lots of draws on this end, so Clancy will have a good idea on what speed to throw.
Team Canada trying to go through undefeated round robin for the 2nd straight year, in control against the team from Nunavut. And a blank. And it remains 4-3. Nova Scotia ahead of Quebec. Just the 5th draw of the game for Clancy Grandy. 94% on her first 4.
Whoa. There. Oh, you're fine. It's there. T. Back 4. T-line. Yep. T-line.
Interesting, those 2 center guards on the center line, they're still there.
14-7.
And there we go for 2 for BC. Back and forth we go. It's now Grandy by 1. BC leads it by 1 on this Thursday night, final evening of round robin play here at the Scotties in Kamloops. Welcome back. BC against Alberta. One of those teams will be eliminated, both coming in at 4 and 3. And this night we're going to decide so much. The only thing we know in this group is that Team Canada has clinched first place, trying to win 8 straight. And they're in control in their game with Nunavut. Kathy will keep us updated. And here in this 8th, it will be Alberta that has the last rock, playing the Yellowstone.
And Alberta doesn't often throw the corner guard when they're trying to generate a 2. They often just go right around that center line, and a bit of a mistake from Ashton Skrlik. She went behind the T line on her first. Nice draw made by Sarah Loken to the top 4.
Good sweep.
2 center experiment last end with a 1-point lead didn't pay off either.
Yeah, that one is worse, for sure.
One on here for now.
You can hear the sweepers debriefing those rocks. That one's worse than the other, so I'd imagine she has 2 slow rocks. One slow and the other one slower. Sometimes rocks, they don't all run the same, and if there's ones that are picked up for being a little bit mismatched on speed or on line, they often end up in the lead's hands because their shots are simpler, there's less rocks in play, easier to manage early in the end.
Okay, close for line.
Anything you can do to make those skips look better, Joanne.
Kayla,
Just top 12.
step line. You gotta go.
Hard line.
You gotta go. Hard.
Hasn't been quite as much traffic down here, but 2 ends ago it slid beautifully.
Yes. Yeah. Whoa.
Line, just for line.
And to the corner, and then just rolling off a little bit.
So close to perfect, just a foot heavy. If that doesn't bounce off, it's perfect.
Sure.
Can you make this double through the hole?
No question, Vic.
Yeah.
They get pretty close to that center guard, but dead on does the trick. Don't have to whip it. They can hold it here.
These have been running really straight. All last end, they were having to sweep everything to curl.
Yep. Little up. Yeah!
Jalen Ramsey giving it a go. And out of her hand, they pick it up. Ashton Skrlik. Brittany Tran. Can you get it by that one? Yes, you can. You got them both. Oh, yes, you do.
What a great sweep. And you know what I loved about this rock? Both sweepers got in on it. Often you see just the one sweeper, because that one sweeper, they do about 80% of the work. But when the line is tight, when it's desperate, I love seeing that second person get in there. Try to break down that pebble. Even as the solo sweeper, if someone else is sweeping with me, I find I can go faster and I can try harder because you've got that extra person egging you on.
Here, big.
Whoa,
Here, big.
Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Whoa.
Lindsay Dubé.
Whoa, 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 yeah, whoa.
10-4.
Yeah, yeah, whoa. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, we're going to stuff it at the back. It'll spill into the open. Still leaves Alberta sitting the 2, but they have that shooter to work with if they need it.
That's right, Vic. It's not all bad. It's still usable.
Had to cross the face a bit, and we were still on the high side.
That Alberta double was so impressive because they only threw like a control weight, which allowed two brushers to do something about it.
Line's good. Top 8. You can go. A little light, maybe. You can go. You gotta go. Yep. Super close. No, you got the line. Okay, line's good. Line's good. Ashton. It's close. Ashton's wrong. Line's good. Where? Close. Top 4. That's all you got. Line's great. Ashton, if you can. Yep.
No, we can't.
Okay. Yep.
Good. Great shots.
5.
Good sweep.
Yep.
I've seen it here a few ends ago. You
Put
like
the out. I'm just gonna throw it gentle.
Yeah.
Kayla said she's just going to throw it gentle. That means she's not going to give it a big release. With these peels running so straight, any outward motion, and that rock will not curl at all.
Yeah. Pull it back. Yeah.
Gentle gives a chance for the sweeper to hold it.
Hard.
Look out, look in, run it back. Got it, and we'll push it through, avoiding the jam. So it opens up that center line and opens up the shot rock back on the button.
Oh, sorry, Linz. Good throw.
No, it's okay. It was probably a tough one to read.
That was my first thought. I like it.
She's hitting
When it was just like so close to wanting to get.
Rolling over far. I don't quite know what the wings are running.
I think it's okay.
I do think they'll be nice. Just mean a lot of foot traffic.
Bit of a guess going to the wing here. We haven't seen this all game.
I love what they said there too. You're right. They haven't had many rocks over in that area, but they've had a lot of foot traffic. You're sliding back and forth for 2 hours. It will be nice and fast here. It's arena conditions. Very little chance of this being short.
And we've seen all week, the second half of the game, the speed of the wing, if anything, gets faster.
Yep. Yeah.
Through? Is it through?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, Ashton.
Neither third playing particularly well.
Ashton. Whoa.
Look out now. And it will finally stop. And it was good that they just got that little rub to take the steam out of it.
Yeah, that was gone, Vic.
Yeah, very keen there. I think so.
Do you like it this way?
Sure.
Whatever way you see, there might be enough air. It's hard for me to tell.
This is the beautiful part coming down the stretch with all the rocks in play. You little slip up from BC, there could be a potential 3-ender here. If they make a good one, it could be a potential steal.
Enough ice?
Well, you know, after giving up that 5, I thought maybe PEI would fold the tent. But they're putting some pressure back on wildcard Laws here.
Well, it is shot stone that belongs to PEI. Suzanne Burt was trying to duck another stone in there. That's the one that you see on the other side of the center line. Did not finish. So Caitlin trying to come through the gap between the red stone just thrown and the guard and pick out the shot stone and stick around for 2.
Meanwhile, Kayla McMillan throwing for BC. And doesn't get the roll. Oh, yeah, look at that last little turn. Gets half a stone underneath. Now, can you find the gap? Can you get through the gap? There you go through that one. That one, there you go. Push it out. Sure you can. And sit down for 2. Laws.
Wonderful weight for that shot.
A spectacular throw. Great read all the way down.
That was
10.
On our sheet, a beautiful hit and roll by Kayla McMillan.
Hard. 10. Hard.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Nova Scotia, Quebec. Kathy, what a mess.
Yes, it is. Laura St. George, we kept saying, was waiting for something, and she made a wonderful tap on her final stone to promote another one in and move the lone Nova Scotia shot out. It is 3. She's trying to make a double angle to move some of the yellow stones off the lid.
Christina Black. Angle it back and by, and now you look. 1, 2, 3 it appears.
3 yellow.
3 yellow it is. 3 for Quebec. And a win by Quebec will give them second place. They go up 6-4.
What an end that was.
Yeah, we needed that.
Make the double and just go with the back one.
On the nose then?
Yeah.
Okay.
On our sheet, Brittany Tran made the long double. Avoided the jam on the yellow in the back 8-foot.
Great shot.
She makes this.
Clancy Grandy needs to answer back here. Double of their own.
Skip stones.
Good feel. No.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Hard. Yeah.
Hard right here. Keep it there. Keep it there. Whoa.
Right to it. Got it. Oh, watch the catcher. Oh, and they'll get away with that.
And shot rock.
All of a sudden, that precision hitting is looking pretty good here, Russ.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was a little bit more.
Yeah, they're believing how straight it is.
Both teams have tightened up the broom. Both teams are using their sweepers. Some great shot making in this end. The BC Rock hung on for shot rock, so Alberta will have to address it. And they'll leave a double right back again.
Yeah.
They'll have to do a little bit of rolling. I mean, I guess if they sit right there, they'll have enough of the 12.
Yeah, they don't have much room in the left, do they?
Well, can't miss this on the overcurl. It might jam in the back. The undercurl, you might run out of rings. This is a precise little nose hit.
You can see it's been a bit of a struggle, certainly on her hits, but she makes a nice double there. Player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. Uh-oh. And rolls it towards the center line, and gets the one at the back. So a bad break.
You just don't sweep that. It's perfect.
Just waited a little too long to call the audible. They called the curl at the halfway guard point.
What was the time?
That was the easiest way to make it, too. Look where they rolled.
There's a lot of space to roll to on that side. That'll be frustrating for Team Alberta. They had a 2 set up the whole game, or the whole end. Excuse me.
Well, particularly because it's also the all-important 8th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just give me the finger? You did. I think it was a thumb. Thanks.
Good point, Vic.
There you go. Thank you.
You need me to say it on TV.
9.5. 9.
Clean.
9.
Clean.
Clean. Heavy clean.
Heavy
Yep.
clean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
And 9.6.
Yeah. That makes sense.
9.6. A little.
You almost
slow
have to
with
go
it.
high side in turn here, don't you?
I know. I just think there's a lot more going on that
Okay.
there. If you
Peel.
like the other way, I'm cool with that too.
Peel.
Okay.
And that's the least amount of stuff to run into on that side of the sheet.
Follow the red.
Yeah. You got it, Kels. Easy peel. Peel. Yeah.
To make the commitment here, you're trying to hit it thick with a lot of weight and roll out on the hack side of that yellow one, or you're trying to hit it across the top of that yellow one?
Final stone. It sort of slipped away from Alberta here in this 8th. Had something set up.
Yep. Clean.
Don't want to hang here now. And away it goes. So we'll put a blank on the board. BC continues to lead by 1. Yeah, I would think it's a missed opportunity here to ask Kayla Skrlik right now. He had something set up in that 8th, and they're forced to take a blank. So the 9th now, and it'll be BC trying to force Alberta to a single and maybe obviously have that last rock coming home as we welcome you back on this Thursday night. A final round robin play, the Scotties. From here in Kamloops. So 5-4, BC leads it, and Alberta does have the hammer playing the Yellowstone.
Line's good.
That says something, doesn't it? Now, in those first few games, they lost also, right? They played a little more recklessly, and they didn't do much. Then they got started playing a little more conservative, and in playing conservative, yes, they went 4-1, but they didn't get the big ends playing that style.
Okay. 4-4.
Come on, guys.
Okay, same as it has been. Give it to us. Good luck this weekend.
Well, congratulations to Team Canada and Carrie Anderson as they win an 8th straight. So for the second year in a row, Team Canada goes through the round robin undefeated, 8 straight wins. We already know they will finish first.
And very convincingly, this has been a team that all week, right through the order, has not struggled, have adapted to the ice conditions that have changed and played very, very well.
Yeah, they just keep raising the bar, this team. So they are first, playing for second and third place now the rest of the games. And that Saint-Georges game is very big for them. If they win it, Quebec, they will claim second place. Meanwhile, it's all decided on Pool B. With Carville, Northern Ontario, Manitoba, and Ontario.
Bounce open here, chance to sit 3, albeit they're all deep.
That was a huge opportunity for Team BC with Ashton Skrlik going just behind the button. They were trying to freeze and a little heavy, bounced off.
Okay. 12-6.
Okay.
That same 12-5.
Well, as well as the championship, there is money at stake, and first place is worth $108,000 of the $300,000 in total prize money as you look at all the hosts of the 42 Scotties, and right down to 15 through 18 that will take home $2,500. As well, the winner will represent Canada at the Women's World Championship in Sandviken, Sweden, March the 18th through the 26th, and we will have coverage for you on TSN.
Tricky to get to the nose now.
Yeah, almost rolled completely buried. They're showing a piece, but this side seems to be a lot straighter at this point in the game. Not a lot of big snaps.
Yeah, you could hack would be max here, I think. You don't have to sit 3 here. You
Close. 13. Back line. Close. 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 Whoa. Close. Whoa. 13. Little down. Ashton. No. Close. Whoa. Brit. Just clean. Ashton. Hard,
just
Ashton.
beautiful speed.
Hard. I got it. Hard.
Even with that, they couldn't get it to curl.
Shot is still BC at the back as they use that catcher.
They played that about as tight as they could have to
And
the guard. They were trying to make it curl, wavered a bit on line, but I don't think they could have done much better than that.
Speed was dead on. Like any lighter, they're not moving it.
Timeout being called.
BC could freeze to the inside.
Try to get here.
That was my first thought.
Yeah, right there. It would eliminate a ton of problems.
I need to, be 1 to 3 yellows,
I know.
But
I know.
No.
Like freezing?
Freeze on the inside was my first thought.
Yeah, I think so.
As long as we kind of get to the inside,
Yeah.
and we kind of wait, and as long as
We
kind
can
of
outcount this one. Yeah.
If we don't get the line, like even staying high side full 12 kind of thing, it's not terrible.
Yeah. Just give the right weight, and then we can work with the line, I think. Yeah.
Anything high side, not very good though. So like,
Yeah.
make sure you get the line first before you kind of draw it to freeze.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Nicholas
Yeah,
Zanine
right here. Yeah.
coaching, and let's go over and drop in on Prince Edward Island and Laws. After they scored 2 Laws, Bert has a chance to get 2 back.
She does, but Caitlin Laws faced 3 on her final stone, made a good double and stuck the shooter. And so it is that is shot stone, which Suzanne is going after, needs to stick for 2.
Uh-oh. Oh, and will not. And settle for just the single.
Thanks for the game.
And that will be it.
Good game. Good luck, Jocelyn.
And Caitlin Laws, wild card. Number 1 will pick up the win. 10-5 is your final score. And they will advance now. Just not sure whether, in fact, they'll be in a tiebreaker or not. But their record is 5-3. And Suzanne Burt will finish 2-6.
Okay.
And pardon me, it's a 10-6 final.
I never thought they were minimum ice.
No, me either.
Laws a winner over PEI and Burt.
We got to the inside.
15-9.
So, well, we got to the inside.
Makes sense.
BC opted. They were trying to freeze on the inside of the Alberta rock. It's biting the top of the 4. The line was okay, just a little bit light.
Yeah, another foot. You eliminate the back 2 yellow for the moment. Now they're trying to double peel.
Brittany Tran. Oh, just across the top of that BC stone.
Really nice split. Split center.
Like, guard the yellow?
Yeah, split center.
Trying to tick that red would have been really good, but nice shot. There's a red double there. Looks with that ice, they're not guarding the red double. Looks like they're coming right in, freezing to the yellow.
Halfway's good. Let it work then. Line's good.
No, they are actually going to try to get there.
Problem is you can't. It's hard to guard the red double and also the yellow raise.
Angle, yep.
Just stay close.
Line's
So
good.
they're all right.
Tighter than your broom.
Okay, well then.
Sit down.
That's a good spot there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice shot. That carried a lot more than. Even if he just knows it.
Okay.
Deal?
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah, in the perfect world here, you want that second red to come straight back. You don't want to go towards your own yellow. So hit it pretty thick here.
More? Yep.
Well, a couple of teams that are playing for their playoff lives. Quebec knows a win would give them 2nd place. It's a must win for Nova Scotia. Final stone, Christina Black in 9.
Well, the big shot made by the 3rd, Jen Baxter, in this end. It opened up the front, got rid of a shot stone. Laurie St. George tried to hit and roll under on her final, did not. And so it is a nose hit, looking for 2.
Lovely. Yes.
That will work.
2 reds.
2 red it is.
11. Great weight.
And so this one will be decided in 10. 6-6 tie.
I know.
Black and Nova Scotia need the win. They can't afford a 4th loss.
Like that ice. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. Freeze the top one. Outcount the back yellow.
Okay. Sorry, just freeze
Pretty
that yellow.
quick
Freeze
on
the
this
top
side.
one, yeah. Top 8.
You would not want to be a foot
Speed's the
heavier
same
and bounce
here.
off that top 4-foot rock.
This is a really precise draw. A little bit light. You don't outcount the back yellow and the 8-foot. Not afford to bounce off here.
Top 4. Hand
Clancy
heavy.
Grandy.
Heavy.
Okay, well,
And
stay
the
close.
first skip stone.
Okay, Lynn, stay close then.
Hard then. Back 4. Yep. Back 8. Hard
So
then.
she hopes to still be involved with the Netherlands team and coaching them.
Okay, yeah, then. Hard. Hard.
Men's Worlds, of course, will be in Ottawa this year.
Yep. Hard. Hard roll.
And and doesn't roll away.
Sorry, I just don't think we're ever
It's just
holding
negotiating that stone at the back edge of the 8 that'll be tough for
Even
Alberta.
with that weight, I don't think we were ever holding the line to get to the back line.
That's exactly right, Vic. It set up a double, but now the double jams.
She has a hidden roll. Do you want to call time?
I don't mind the time. Do you like a time?
You can do that,
Timeout.
but it just redirects. So I think you have to, this late in this ball game, you got to sit the 2.
The double's not there.
No.
Yeah.
I know that. I just... Nose is just asking for her to roll under.
I don't like nose.
Can we
I
go
know,
like
but we
big? But then she still comes here.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter. Not freeze.
Takes away our whole hand.
If we freeze,
Can't
she
freeze.
just freezes,
Yeah,
but
I
then we could smash
know.
it for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she won't freeze on top. Like she'll try to freeze underneath,
I mean,
and then it'll just be 1.
What are you
right?
thinking, Kayla?
I don't know.
No.
We think we have to move that red, and
Yeah.
I know they're going to have something.
Yeah.
We don't even mind maybe just nosing it, because then she has to roll under.
That
If you
was-
roll under, she's for sure drawing.
Yeah.
And even if you see half of it, you can't do much with it, right?
Yeah. So nose.
Okay. I don't mind that.
That was her gut.
That was your gut?
Yep.
what
Okay.
if we just like spill these?
No,
Then
because
she
she'll
doesn't have
just
anything
draw
to
those
draw
Doing that
to.
anyway. At least we stick in there and make
Yeah.
her make a good one.
Do you have to play a lot of weight at this? I mean, this is just about, to my mind, Russ, just tapping it back, but getting across the nose and getting underneath.
Yes, I agree with you. The lighter, the better.
Yeah, they talked about playing the roll. They opted for the nose hit here and make Clancy make that roll under. If they make the perfect hit and roll, there's no
what I
option for
mean, like,
Team
we have
BC.
to
They'll
get
have to
low.
play that freeze. And then that's
On the
looking
next
almost
one,
like a
whether it's not
steal.
Drawing there, like kind of. The only thing is, I'm not sure if we're going to set something up if we
BC
corner
got
freeze onto
really
hers.
lucky tapping that red back. Got the line right.
Tap 10. Yep. 10. Whoa! Clean. Whoa! Yes! Whoa, Jerry! Whoa!
And right to it. And they'll leave that junk at the back again.
Second.
yeah.
I think we're playing the same weight.
Yeah, I think so.
Trying to get low.
Okay.
But I
So
think we
sitting
need to give
2.
ourselves less ice here.
we can hold it here.
Yeah. Similar weight.
The unfortunate part about that dead on is the way the reds stack up. So if this maybe
Like
stops
very
here,
similar weight.
how do you get it
Just, like,
out?
try and chisel,
And it
like,
might.
get low on that one, roll under.
If it jams in this type of area, it might actually be shot rock.
Pretty much same weight as my last.
Well, that's why I said, Joe, before, if they play softer weight and try to roll themselves underneath, now the pressure is on Alberta. On BC, they've got to either come down, try to corner freeze, and maybe roll off, and you can plop another one in there.
Yeah, Team Alberta just felt that Clancy's been making those freezes all game. Didn't want to leave it for her. Playing this with light weight.
Final stone for BC. They got to make something happen with it, though. Big carry. Get it by that one. Short up. Get by that one, too. But where's it going to go? And it will push that stone to the back edge of the 8. And so they will get their chance for 2. Alberta here at 9.
Just pointed it a bit on release, I think.
Yeah, they played a totally different weight selection compared to Team Alberta. Just a light hack weight, but it was tight early. The sweepers were not able to hold this.
I like the weight choice, though. Just maybe a hair soft on the release.
So shot stone belongs to Alberta. Center line, top of the 4. Just bite the blue for 2.
Line's good.
We're there. Clean. Just take a look.
Clean.
You can't really hurt it.
T.
Not real.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, line's up.
You can go,
Line's good,
Brittany
careful.
Tran.
We're just to it.
To
T.
the
Back
back
four.
four.
Line's
Back
good.
four.
Curling, line's good.
Back 4.
4-3. Atta girl.
Good kills.
Sorry, just started to take a jump.
And using that backing to the back edge at Alberta. They'll love the 2, but if they could have had that 2 just 1 end earlier. You got your brushes down because Ashton Skrlik is coming right at you. Throwing the lead stones for Alberta on this Thursday night from Kamloops at the final evening of round robin play, the Scotties. Pool B has been decided with Northern Ontario, Manitoba, and Ontario going through. All we know right now is that Team Canada, the three-time defending champions, Carrie Anderson, are through undefeated. Second straight year they've gone through round robin with 8 straight wins. They're trying to sort the rest out, 2 and 3. Another game on the ice. Kathy watching that closely. That's Nova Scotia against Quebec. Our feature, BC against Alberta. So Alberta with the deuce in 9, but that all-important last rock, the hammer, belongs to BC, down by 1 and playing the Redstones.
T-line. T back 4. Back 4. Back 8.
It's more than T-line.
Yeah, I know, but
You gotta chuck
yeah,
it.
go. Yeah, yeah. Whoa.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Send in. Top 4.
Speed's nice in this path. Still nice on this side,
Sorry,
Jer.
Jer.
It's not on this side.
But speed's the same?
Yeah.
Always a dilemma here. You chase the red one, which wouldn't be easy, and make sure the opponent isn't sitting too. But keep the heat on by doing this is obviously the smarter call. But with one behind the T line, you want this one to be real good.
Hard, Ashton!
Hard line. Hard, Ashton.
Hard! You gotta go! Hard!
Skipper out as well as they sneak that by that long guard. And they'll drag it in. Adds a little bit more cover to shot rock, back edge of the 4.
5-8. Hard, Ashton.
Hard! You gotta go!
Just straight light out of the hand. Sweepers did really well to drag this. I had a 16.1 from hog to hog on that. That's just outstanding sweeping.
I think that's why the previous Alberta come around on the intern side went deep. It's fast there.
Sock.
Okay.
Yep.
Like you can, bud.
Little left.
Okay, stay close. Yep. Yep.
Just tuck.
Yep. Whoa.
Weight's
Whoa.
good.
Whoa.
They're playing a tick on the center line guard here.
Hard. Whoa.
Trying to save that one, I believe.
Get in.
Coming in.
Close.
Coming. Oh dear.
Good call, Clint.
Yeah. Like it was always that thin
Is it on?
to try and.
I think it's in. I don't know if the black or the red is in.
I know. Do we throw the double or?
Black is usually part of the
Probably
rings.
throw this double, yeah.
We could still guard or go around.
Yeah, and from our overhead, you will see a little bit of white because we're looking at it from an angle, from straight over top. That could be touching the black.
Yeah, that's really close.
We haven't seen the biter stick come out this week
No, that's right.
to see if the rings are
Not once.
completely accurate to that black line. Yeah.
Line's good.
Good ad.
Cherry Lynn
Line's-
Ramsey.
You can go for line. Line's good. Room. Lots of room.
Whoa, it's carrying. Too much.
Half tight.
Hard.
really
Britt,
tight.
you have to go. No, not really tight. Yeah, we're really
This rock has a ton of
That's okay.
rotation on it. It will carry a little bit farther
No.
with that rotation.
Sit. Okay.
Here we go.
Same weight. Okay.
It's a little easier now.
Yeah.
Even a hair less is probably okay.
Interesting. Thought they'd take a crack at the triple. Just playing that soft tick and roll in again.
Same weight.
Such a high degree of difficulty.
Well, yes, and there's still a lot of work to do. If you make this, you could breeze right by on a shot like this.
Lindsay Dubé fighting earlier with her delivery. Oh goodness, and it's just not there for her tonight.
I don't quite understand the calls because it's so difficult.
We're going for the back one.
Should I make it real nice here right now? I know I can't.
Well, it was a good start, certainly for BC. with the opening of a single, then a steal of one, and then Skrlik. The momentum changed in 3. Wonderful shot. And then back and forth we've gone. That may be the key, though, the fact that blank in 8. You take that 2 for Skrlik, she'd have the last rock here. She does not, but she does have the lead and rocks in great spots. The game story is brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee.
Sweepers do not like this one. You don't like it when they're both standing up like that.
Down the slide path, it should be all right.
Okay. Let's clean it up here.
Yep. Heel.
Now, if that biter's in, it might not be after this one.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Whoa. 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 Good.
Wow, what a great shot. Wonderful. Kayla McMillan to open up that center line.
Wow. Very, very nice. You get more of that top when you take out that potential biter. Open everything up.
I just do it a little bit better. Like
I
a better
thought we would have too, yeah.
So it just ran a little bit
I
better, but
know.
we probably could have been patient with it.
I
and hit the
know.
top one.
Yeah, it's out of the guard.
I think you have to freeze.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywhere full
Anywhere
eights
in
is
front
good.
of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Where do we want the line? Right here? Probably,
Yeah,
hey?
probably there, hey?
Both there.
Pretty close?
Yeah, we really don't want to over curl it, so.
Still, yeah.
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 Let's
Okay.
I like it.
That one was 4-3.
Right here.
Yeah. I was surprised it stopped, actually. But I
Yeah.
think
Is
it's
this
nice.
past the 4, Britt?
Yeah.
Briefly talked about guarding shot rock, but that guard would have to be perfect. With that rock behind the tee line, there's a lot of time to chase around a guard, lots of space. Have to play the freeze here. Make sure your second shot if you're Alberta.
2 feet. Would you like 2 feet more than what she just gave us? 3? I think it's to the back.
I
8,
like
back
3 to
4.
4. You can bump it if you need it. Okay,
This has been so fast.
Yeah, they had that one that was, well, that's it there. They're about a foot behind the tee line that just slid forever.
I like the close. I think
Line's good.
It's a little up. Knife.
No.
Knife.
Wait, we have to walk.
And in great position to make it
Where is it,
We're
Jared?
through.
It looks
15
we're
of
through.
16.
Like we have to knife
We're
it.
through.
It's no chance.
3-1. No, it has no chance. It's no chance.
Oh boy.
Might have to like put one in front of ours.
Whoa.
We left the body
Whoa,
there.
whoa,
You
whoa.
like 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, what weight?
11?
Okay.
That's just pressure of the moment. The adrenaline gets pumping through your body. You lose that feel of how fast you're actually sliding.
Clean.
10.5.
Clean.
Close. 10.5.
Yep.
Turns the end around here.
5. Thanks.
Yes,
Now
it
you're
does.
BC. You're looking at maybe getting your 2 for the win.
Clean.
Whoa.
Close.
Whoa.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa. 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 Sit. Good.
Oh, look at this. That stone, I mean, I've can sneak in a peek. And that red stone top 4 belonging in Nova Scotia has been there forever.
That was made by Carly Everest, the second for Nova Scotia, making it perfectly. On Lori St. Georges, first they weren't sure what to do. They called a timeout. She tried to draw. It went through the house in this exact same path. Christina guarded to force this stone further out. Needs the hearts.
Needs a good piece of that button for the win, Quebec, to win it. And they would then have second place. And they'll crash in front, and it will be a stolen win for Nova Scotia. So they will win it. 7-6 is your final score. And they will be 5-3, and so will Quebec. And that's going to set up, Kathy, a mess.
And I'm going to be a part of that mess tomorrow morning.
But I'm really proud of us for having that fight.
So tiebreaker for sure.
Man.
And some teams are going to go home as a result of draw to the button, and we'll sort it all out. As timeouts being called now by BC.
Our time's still going. Timeout.
We were at 34.
We add like 10 seconds to the clock.
Interesting
What do they
call
have?
there.
She's got the.
I would have frozen to the shot rock. Let them blast it.
Yeah.
Then you freeze to that one. And then you get your
I
force.
don't want to make anything easier for
Even
her.
if she's here right now, she's not.
She has to, yeah. She's got to make a play on this.
Freeze to this or.
The only shot right now is the freeze, right?
Yeah, I think the move is gonna just lock one on here and then high with it.
Like right here is ideal, maybe.
Or even a little closer, like she has to make a perfect corner freeze kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Not all the way down to it. Yeah.
I think we just want to make sure we're not too deep that she can freeze these shots.
I
right?
think we want to be here.
Not too overbearing, but at the same time, if you're leaving too high side, you might need the triple.
Yeah.
Like, pretty important placement, but anywhere from the broom and a rock down, I think.
I think right here is ideal, so she can't freeze to us.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave her the same shot again.
Yeah.
I honestly think if I'm a bit higher, it's maybe better.
As long as we're coming this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
full eight.
Full eight.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Edge on edge.
That's okay here still too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here, Kayla.
Is that a little more than what I had?
Yeah.
Okay. I just got 15.4 on hers. Like it's nice.
Is
and
this
soft.
max ice? No,
I think
not
it's
to get
close.
half under. Yeah.
You'd even go the other turn around the corner. They're a little concerned about a freeze for Alberta over there, but that gives you the full 8 foot to win.
They go around here, top 8 foot. Alberta will play the freeze, back 4 foot, and then it's a blast for the win. Don't need to save your shooter.
Yep.
T at least.
T line.
Okay. I think it's trying.
So Clancy
No,
Grandy
we're still there.
and her first.
To our own.
We do know that one of these teams will go to 4 losses. One of these teams will be eliminated with the loss.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay.
The winner will go to 5 and 3, meaning we will have 4 teams. What a big win that was for Nova Scotia. And a disappointing loss, obviously. They could have locked up second place for Quebec. They're through at 5 and 3. We'll have 4 teams at 5 and 3. And because it is a 4-way tie for second place, remember now Team Canada is first. We'll have 2 tie-breaking games tomorrow morning.
Right on the corner here.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Vic, and you might get a jam.
We're just not sure who is going to play who at this moment. But this is all important here now. Trying to keep yourself alive in this year's Scotties here in Kamloops. Final stone for Kayla Skrlik out of Alberta. And the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary.
We gotta go, Britt.
Wait, it was perfect on her first. They just need a line on this one.
We're very close, Ashton. We're very close. We're very close. Curl.
Gonna lay it right on the corner.
We have to
Come on
sit.
now, right on the corner.
Gotta curl, you guys.
Come see me.
Sit.
Oh, and just that little rub and roll away.
Play half weight.
Half weight?
Yeah, right here. Right on
They thought it
nose.
was going to die in the slide path. Just overcooked it at 2 inches. That was almost perfect.
A little less sweeping on that, and
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
glued to the side.
Yeah.
Oh, Kayla, it's wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I made it.
Out turn with a 10.
Let's go.
Yep. Just 10, guys.
Sorry.
Right on nose.
Right on nose for the win. BC to advance to the tiebreakers.
9.
Clancy Grandy, Vancouver Curling Club.
Yep.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Loken,
Whoa.
Dubé.
Lens.
Whoa.
Lens.
Here we go. And there they go. Off to the tiebreakers. BC. make the final. 8-6. And BC will go to 5-3. And Alberta and Kayla Skrlik will drop to 4-4 and out of playoff contention. So here's what we know then. That's Pool B. Meanwhile, Team Canada is through and they are in first place. Those are your 4 teams tied for second. We'll take a break, sort it out, and show you who plays who tomorrow in the tiebreakers here in Kamloops.
The 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Purex Bathroom Tissue. It's pure comfort. By Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada.
Yeah, hugs all around. Nicholas Zadine has coached his team into a tiebreaker here at the Scotties. BC advancing with their win over Alberta. Quebec too. I mean, their disappointment, obviously, they had the second place in their hand, but couldn't make that last rock draw as it was played well by Nova Scotia. So here are the matchups. Because you have 4 teams tied for second place, it'll be Christina Black against Caitlin Laws. And earlier in round robin, Laws won their game 6-5. St. George and Quebec against Grandy. And it was earlier today that Quebec beat BC 9-6 in a rematch. So Brian and Kathy will have those games for you. They'll feature Nova Scotia against Laws wildcard tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. So it's been a wonderful round robin. Still tiebreakers to go. Those teams that are leaving us at this moment, we say thank you very much. We wish you safe travels and hope to see you again here at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts on Canada's sports leader, TSN.